chef down there in Newark. I used to live in for almost 30 years. I lived in Fremont, so I know about where he is, and it cools off there because of the bay is right there, and usually it's pretty nice. But other than that, everything is.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, everywhere, all around the world and beyond. This is Golf Mike Zero, Uniform Bravo. Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland, your net control for the international radio networks KB1 Multi-mode net, which will begin in around 2 or 3 minutes. Please, folks, stand by for the net. Thank you. It's Friday, it's 9 p.m. here in the UK, and that can mean only one thing, folks. It's time for this week's edition of the International Radio Network's KB1 Multi-mode net. This is Golf Mike Zero, Uniform Bravo. Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland, along with the Helen, Queen of Scotland, Mike 7, Hotel Quebec Sierra, monitoring from the Royal Box and keeping a wee eye on proceedings. Hi. Okay, folks, before we get going proper, let's go and find out if there is any emergency or priority traffic. If so, please call now. Very good, and nothing heard. Well, folks, this night does meet every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. UK time. That's 2000 UTC. There are, of course, many ways and many modes that you can use to access this net. And for details of the International Radio Network's multi-mode system, please check out our website on the interweb at allthews.irn.radio. That's irn.radio. We are, of course, also permanently connected to our friends in the Extended Freedom Network, and you can find out more also on the interweb by visiting allthews.extendedfreedom.network. That's extendedfreedom.network. And we are also permanently connected with our friends in ZMR land. You can find out more by visiting allthews.zmr.us. zmr.us. Please be mindful of this fantastic multi-mode system with all the various connections, and observe a little bit of social distancing. That's a good 4 or 5 seconds pause in between transmissions, just to allow all the fantastic connections to take a little breather and to reset. I'll take a pause. GM0UUB net control continuing. Also, folks, be mindful of the 3-minute timeout. Oh yes, we love to hear all your news and all your views. But if you think you're getting anywhere close to 3 minutes, just take a little pip or a pause. Both work equally well, and then pick back up the microphone and continue. We don't want to lose any of your transmission. Also, we should say thanks to everybody else, all the people that have connected up various nodes, gateways, repeaters, and networks for the net today. And as always, I so much appreciate all your work and all you do. Thanks so much for connecting up and let this net happen the way it does. Really do appreciate it so much. We are, of course, using NetLogger as well, folks. If you want to follow along on NetLogger and see the check-ins being populated right before your eyes on screen, then just select the net, IRN KB1 Multi-mode net. And you can also make use of that fantastic, almost instant message blue chat box thingy there, and I try and keep an eye on that as well. So good stuff. Anyway, I'll take a wee pip and a wee cough actually. So yeah, I'll take a pause this time. There we go, folks. That's better. A little bit of hay fever. The pollen levels over here are very high, and when walking the dog this evening, it definitely does get to your throat, that's for sure. Don't like coughing when the microphone's open. Okay, folks, of course, it is the mission of the International Radio Network to promote the amateur radio hobby to those interested in radio communication. We give those with an interest the opportunity to gain experience in radio communications, theory, technology, and fellowship. Now, this is a directed net, and please, when checking in, give me your call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice. That's your call sign, slowly, phonetically, and twice. And we'll try and get you on the log the first time round with as little mistookies as possible. Okay, well, it's time for the first round of check-ins, folks. It is, of course, Friday. This is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo, Graham, here in central Scotland. We've got a podium to fill, but I do know there's someone absent from the net today, so maybe somebody different will be on the top of the podium today. Hi. Anyway, it's the first round of check-ins, and let's go and see who's out there. Please, call now.
Golf Whiskey 8, Sierra Zulu Lima. Golf Whiskey 8, Sierra Zulu Lima. Dave in Newport, South Wales.
And that'll make Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor. Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor. Second place, Dave.
Net control, please check in. Kilo Bravo 1, Uniform Papa Zulu. That's Kilo Bravo 1, Uniform Papa Zulu. Bob in Springfield, Massachusetts.
2 Echo 0 Echo Victor Papa Mobile 2E0 EVP Mobile, Sheffield, England. Kilo 5, Romeo Lima Romeo, K5 RLR.
Very good, folks. And well, I'll start at the bottom, work my way up, and I have to go and find out because I think I've missed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've missed his mum. Anyway, we do recognise once again still with a bright new shiny call sign there, Mike 7 Papa Oscar Victor. That's Josh. And Josh, just remind me. I should really know it. Remind me of your mum's call sign. I think I heard her in the background there, but she was getting walked all over. So, Josh, can you just remind me of your mum's call sign?
Her call sign is Mike 7 Kilo November Oscar. Mike 7 Kilo November Oscar.
Of course it is, Bex. We've got you on the list as well, M7KNO, and of course M7POV. Josh, good to see you there, people. And Randall, you're on the list, always from Texas, K5RLR. And Martin is out there as well. I don't know if he said mobile or not. 2 Echo 0 Echo Victor Papa. And then we get onto the podium, and in third position today is KB1 UPZ. Of course, it's Uncle Bob, all the way from Springfield, Massachusetts. Good to see you there, Bob. And then we've got the two Daves, and goodness me, Dave, out there in Calgary, Alberta, I really thought you'd be in the top step there, sir, but there's some shenanigans going on in Newport, South Wales, and of course, in the absence of our friend, the kind young ham, his dad stepped in and they walloped you. So anyway, Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor, you're on the list. Of course, at the top of the podium there is Golf Whiskey 8 Sierra Zulu Lima. Dave, you're at the top of the list. But there was a few kind of stations there, and they didn't quite catch. Martin is sometimes out there mobiling. So let me just check if he's mobile. Martin, 2E0 EVP. Are you mobile, sir? And you need to go first. Over to you.
Roger, yeah, 2E0 EVP mobile return. Yep, I'm mobile, Graham, heading off out with my paranormal club tonight over somewhere in Sheffield this evening. So just out driving here to go pick a couple of our club members up, and then we'll go off somewhere this evening, probably to a haunted location or to a abandoned building within Sheffield there. Anyway, I won't keep it long there, Graham, because there's a few stations out there wanting to check in with you. So thanks for letting me check in there, and we'll hopefully catch you soon from 2 Echo 0 Echo Victor Papa Mobile.
Oh, fantastic, Martin. I'll come back to you in just a moment. I did hear a station call break. Do you have a emergency or priority there, sir? Station calling break, please. Go ahead.
Standing by to listen.
I'm sorry, sir, I didn't quite get the message there. When you key up your mic, just wait a second and then speak. We lost the beginning of your transmission there. Just the way in which these connections operate. So go ahead, sir. The station calling break. Can you come back again, sir?
This is KD4UHY, located in Alabama, USA. We are demonstrating EchoLink right now in virtual reality. We have people that are from your area that are in VR who are interested in ham, and they're getting a ham license, and I'm demonstrating EchoLink in virtual reality in a program called Big Screen. KD4UHY, Mr. Pete here in Alabama.
Okay, sir. Well, this is a directed net, and I understand you're wanting to demonstrate. You heard some traffic, and there we go. So no problem. We'll try and get you squeezed in here. Now, I've got KB4UHY, but I think it might be KD4UHY. Let me just go and see if that corresponds to the right person. And there we go. It's Pete, right enough. So, Pete, well, thank you, sir. But like I say, we've just started a net here. We've got a list to run down. But as you're demonstrating, I don't want to put you off at all. So I'll pass it back to you one more time, and please feel free to listen. And you'll hear some check-ins from the UK and from Canada. And well, that's all so far, but we sometimes have others as well, plenty from the stateside. So anyway, I'll throw it back to you, Pete, and see how you're getting on there in your demonstration, and then we'll carry on with the net. Kilo Delta 4 Uniform Hotel Yankee. This is Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo. Net control here in Alloa, Central Scotland, and the name's Graham. Golf Romeo Alpha Hotel Alpha Mike. Pete, back to you, sir.
Okay, this gentleman in my room says he's from Birmingham, and the other gentleman who's interested in ham radio is from Cheshire. I have no idea where that is, but this is Pete here. Thank you for letting me come in and demonstrate Echolink in virtual reality in a program called Big Screen. I'm located in northern Alabama, USA, near the Tennessee line. Near Huntsville, Alabama. This is KD4UHY on Echolink. Thank you for letting me come in there.
No problem, Pete. We'll just put that down to some priority traffic. That's no problem, and I hope the demonstration's going fine. Please feel free to listen and hang around. And I've got you on the list. You have checked in. And we've got your comments there. So thanks for being part of the net. We're here every single Friday. And, when we do come down the list and come to your turn, I'll give you another shout, but it might be some time. So if you're still here, that's wonderful. If not, we'll still have you on the list there. So maybe speak to you again sometime. Pete, you take care, sir, and we'll say 73 to KD4UHY and his connections. And I hope that demonstration is going really well. You're sounding great. The audio is fantastic this end. So well done, Pete. Okay, well, folks, we've spoken to Mobile, we've spoken to our priority demonstration station there. So let's go up the top of the list and, of course, the top of the podium. And, of course, we go to Newport, South Wales, but not to speak to the kind young ham. No, it's to speak to, well, I don't know if he's got other letters. It's a great sizzle, isn't it? GW8SZL. Dave, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. Congratulations. Top of the podium. And the microphone, sir, is also all yours.
GM0UUB from GW8SZL. Good evening there, Graham, and a big wave to and there in box as always. Could you please proxy in Sue Mike Whiskey 7 Foxtrot Delta India for me, please, Graham? She's not very well at the moment. And I was deputising for Declan. I was, so the kind young ham this evening. I've never been on the podium. And certainly haven't got the top position there, obviously. But no, I deputise for him because he doesn't know about this, by the way. I didn't tell him. But, yep, he's at his school prom at the moment, and I will be picking it up about but on the top of the hour, 2200 there, Graham. So I will be listening to the net from the mobile. And he will probably check in later on. Now, I know he went down the red carpet. He didn't go in with a young lady, but I wonder if he's going to come out with one there. Hi. Anyway, dear, I say I couldn't resist not checking in then, and well, I thought, well, why not? Let's give pole position a shot. And sorry, Dave, but no, and say Declan will of course be back next week. He's been training me well, you see, with my fastest finger first. Wasn't that in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Chris Tarrant? Yes, it was, wasn't it? Anyway, back to you. GM0UUB from GW8SZL.
Very good, Dave. Well, it's good to have you on board, sir. And I do feel sorry for the other Dave. I know we don't take it too seriously. It's all just a bit of fun, but I think probably our Canadian Dave out there really thought that today was going to be his day. Without any opposition whatsoever. But there you go. It's all good fun, that's for sure. And Dave, yeah, well, of course, those of us that are on the Facebook page for the International Radio Network, and indeed on the Extended Freedom Networks Facebook page, and maybe others, you can. There's a picture, MW7FDI. Sue, Mum, did put up a picture there on the Facebook pages. So we have a wee look at them if you haven't seen them, folks. And looking very, very handsome, very smart, and yeah, he's certainly looking quite a young gent there, that's for sure. So I hope he's having a fantastic time as we speak at his school prom. And yeah, it's we look forward to, if he's got the time later on, to check in and say hi and give us a wee update on the report. Then that'll be fantastic as well. But maybe he'll be too tired, or maybe he'll be out there smooching with a young lady. I'm not too sure. We'll just have to wait and see. GW8SNL, do you have anything else there for us, Dave? Back to you, sir, from GM0 UUB Net Control.
Yeah, GM0 UUB from GW8SNL. Yeah, we were watching some of them actually arrive. One was in a car that had like a Hell's Angels motorcycle escort, if you know what I mean. That was funny. But the most strangest one, and even the head teacher who was talking to us, I know very well, they had somebody come in a tractor, a young lady come in a tractor, and it wasn't a small tractor, it was an absolutely massive one. And she decided to try and get out of it, obviously never been in anything like that previous to this evening. And she tried to come out front ways rather than turn round and come down backwards. You know exactly what I mean there, Graham. And she nearly come a cropper. She nearly hit the deck. But she was lucky. Somebody was up and behind her and stopped her from falling from a great height. Anyway, that's all for me there, Graham. I've got a long list to go through, and this is always a great net, and I always listen to it anyway, even though I don't pop in very often. I thought, no, Declan, I'll take this opportunity. And it's, as I say, it's all fun. It's all in the best possible taste, as they say. And, yeah, that's about it for me there, Graham. So I'll let you continue on down the list to Mr. DCV there. That's Dave, of course. Hi, Dave, and talk to you again soon, probably on your IRN net, I would probably guess. GM0 UUB from GW8SNL.
Well, thanks again, Dave, and yeah, it's always great to talk to you, sir. And thanks for being there and helping out when we need some help as well. We always appreciate that too. Hi. But yeah, no, absolutely wonderful. And yeah, it's I don't know, turning up on a track. Do you think maybe they do some maybe practice kind of getting in and getting out beforehand before you actually go and do the wrong thing and stumble in front of a crowd and the embarrassment that might go with that. So anyway, I take it from what you said. She didn't come a cropper, but could have done. Very close. So good stuff. Now, I'm sure they'll have a fantastic time. So that's wonderful. So, and like I say, we look forward to hopefully hearing from Declan himself later. He can tell us all about it and how it went. So good stuff. But in the meantime, I'll say 73 to yourself there, Dave. All the best to GW8SNL, and we do have Mike Whiskey 7 FDI finally did it. We've got Sue on the list as a proxy as well, so good stuff. Okay, Dave, take care, sir. Have a wonderful weekend, and no doubt we'll catch up again very soon somewhere. And with that, let's go to Dave number 2. That is, of course, with the silver medal round his neck. He's very used to that. Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor. Welcome, Dave. Happy Friday, and what's going on, sir? The microphone, it's all yours.
Wow, Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor, returning all good evening. Control, of course, and of course, Helen in the background. Hello to you, and oh boy, not much going on today. It's been a relatively, I say quiet week, I say relatively. Of course, yep, we're doing the IRN Friendship Net on Monday. Of course, that's Monday, but right now, here we are, Friday, end of the week. What can I say? Weeks just keep going, Calgary Stampede will be here, well, within a little bit here, like, a week or 2 weeks, something like that, 2 weeks. Oh, yeah. Beautiful sunny day so far, though there's a severe thunderstorm warning here for us, but we'll take that as it is. Not too worried about that. Other than that, sitting here relaxing and talking to everyone here on the net. Do take care. I'm going to say 73, and yep, so far staying out of trouble, at least for today. Back to net control.
Very good, Dave. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to stop by. But we can't let you go too quick, because we have to invite you back and see if we can get you into some kind of trouble. That's just been far too easy for you there, sir. But one thing I thought you might have mentioned is if you're still under water restrictions. The fact you didn't mention it, I'm wondering if that main water supply into your region, has that been fixed now and therefore not mentioned? So anyway, I was just wondering, I've not heard if there's been if the fix has been has happened and everything back to normal. VE6DCV from GM0 UEB. One more time, sir. Back to you.
VE6DCV returning. Well, last I heard, they were talking about by July 5th, which would be just right when the Calgary Stampede starts. But although actually technically, the fairground moves in on the Thursday, which is the 4th, and everyone goes down to the grounds on that day. So, but that's what they're saying. I haven't heard any update as of yet. What's going on? Still got to take those quick showers. I tell you what. Anyways, you know what? We do what we can until they get that main line back up, and then life should be good. But as I've mentioned previously and before, one really thinks about how they use their water and how to use it smart, really. I'd be interested to see what the water bill is going to be. Maybe that's just it. Maybe it'll be the shower police and, time Heather every time she's in the shower. I don't know. But then I better be careful because, Heather's just sitting here glaring at me, folks. So, she said, well, then she'll have to probably time me. So, we'll behave. 373, back to net.
Very good. Well, you see, Dave, I knew if we just got you back in for another over, you'd get yourself into trouble, that's for sure. So, good stuff. Hey, Dave, thank you for taking the time to stop by today. Thanks for all you do for the International Radio Network as one of our valued moderators, looking after some newcomers, getting them all trusted in and everything else, so showing them the ropes, etc., etc. And, of course, doing your friendship net on a Monday. So it does give me the opportunity just to remind people the International Radio Network has two main systems. One is this one, the Multimode network, which is various analog and digital connections, which obviously are only accessed by people with a license. But we do have many members, hundreds and hundreds of members, who are non-licensed, and we encourage them to learn more about radio and encourage them to get their license and everything else. And we offer them another platform which has no RF involvement, and we have nets on throughout the week and other bits and pieces just to encourage them to learn about radio. And Dave's a fantastic net control operator on our Monday Friendship Net. All details on the website, irn.radio. So thanks again, Dave. You have a wonderful weekend. Give Heather a wee Scottish squeeze. Don't mind, from myself and Helen. That would be amazing. And take care, and we'll say 73 to Victor Echo 6 Delta Charlie Victor. And talking about the International Radio Network and the various platforms we have, let's go to the owner of it all together. It is, of course, Uncle Bob out there in Springfield, Massachusetts, also known as KB1 UPZ. Uncle Bob, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
KB1 UPZ returning. Good evening, Graham, and good evening, Helen, in there in the background. Don't forget, Dave, happy wife, happy, happy wife, happy life. I almost messed that up. Yeah, we're having a pretty good day here in Springfield, Graham. The heat wave is still with us. It's only 91, but it's muggy out. It's humid as heck, and it's terrible. But I'm glad I do have an air conditioner. I do have to run because I'm going out again. We're going over to my great granddaughters. My daughter's going to be picking us up. And we're going over to my grandson's house, which is my great granddaughter's father. So we're invited over for supper. So we're about to have a good time. Back over to Net Control. This is KB1 UPZ. All the best to everybody.
Very good, Uncle Bob. Well, I'm so glad we managed to get you on the net before you had to disappear off. And it seems you're going to have a fantastic time. A family supper. You're just about to get picked up and taken off for that. So, well, have a great time, sir. And thanks so much for taking the time to stop by today. And, of course, Auntie Barbara, waving a hand across the pond to Auntie Barbara. And you can always give her a wee Scottish squeeze from myself and Helen as well there. Uncle Bob. So thank you. You take care, sir. And that heat wave, just stay cool as much as you possibly can. Of course, from myself, my point of view, being born in the capital of the Highlands, Inverness, 91 degrees, 91 Fahrenheit is that's what we cook with that. We cook with that. So anyway, there we go. Uncle Bob, take care, sir, and stay safe in the heat, and we'll no doubt speak to you again very soon. We'll say 73 to KB1 UPZ, and we'll just say hi again to Martin. I know he's out there mobiling. Thanks for checking in, Martin. If you're still listening, take care, drive safe. That's 2E0 EVP. We had a short time earlier. So with that, we're going down to Randall, all the way in Spring, Texas. That is K5RLR. Randall, welcome, sir. Happy Friday, and how are you, sir? The microphone, it's all yours.
Well, good evening there, Graham and Queen Helen and Brother Scott, if you're out there listening, and everybody else on the net. K5RLR. Well, not a whole lot going on, Graham. Just heading up to a local feed store. That way I can get some more bedding for those oh-so-cute bunnies. Got to make sure that their litter boxes are full of good stuff so that they can do their business. We're just getting home from vacation and realized, well, it's time we got to clean up. Aye. So now that we've got everything situated, I'm about to hop in the car. Well, actually, I've hopped in the car. About to take off and go up there and get what's needed. We had a great time at the water park for this week, and now it's time to be home and relax. Well, that's the plan anyway. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening, and 73, we will go ahead and throw it back to you. GM0UUV from K5RLR.
Thank you so much, Randall. It's always a pleasure to hear from you, sir. And I'm glad you're looking forward to a good time and had a good time with the water park. And I wonder if you were on these kind of big slides and everything else. And goodness me, I can't remember the last time I was actually at a water park. It's been decades, sir. Been decades. But of course, there's not many water parks across this particular direction because there's it's just so cold. Anyway, I'm sure you had a fantastic time there, Randall. That's absolutely amazing. So thanks for that. And what else was I going to ask? Oh, yeah, no, it's still just June. I'm always kind of waiting for that time to ask you, are you now working more permanently at home rather than going into the office? But I'm pretty sure you said it was July. So I haven't asked you for that for a couple of, at least 2 months, maybe even 3. I think it was July when you're kind of hoping to be mainly working from home, doing what you do. Hope all's going well in that direction. But I know you're just about to scoot off there, Randall, so I'll not hold it with you, but I will throw it back to you just in case you have anything final for us, sir. And of course, how are the cute bunnies, if you don't mind? K5RLR, if you do have the time, just one more time, back to you.
GM0UUB from K5RLR. Absolutely, Graham. There was plenty of those big water slides, that's for sure. And yes, we did ride them. Quite fun and quite wet. Hi. As far as the question from home, yes, it is early July, which is right around the corner. I should have just about one more week of work at work, within reason, at least in the building. And then, yes, I should be working from home full time after that. So that is a wonderful thing, or at least it will be, I hope. Hi. And the bunnies, of course, they are doing well. They were very happy to see us. They were hopping all around and, well, of course, getting into mischief as they normally do. They are, well, they're rabbits. They gotta have a little bit of mischief. That's part of them. Hi. Well, Graham, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, you and Queen Helen, and we'll go ahead and throw it back to you and say 73. Thank you for running the net, as always, guys. We do appreciate it, and we will be listening. GN0UUB from K5RLR. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
Well, thank you so much, Randall, and yeah, absolutely wonderful to have you check in again and everything else. And yeah, I'm sure you're so much looking forward to getting that kind of home-based working there. And yeah, you can spend a little bit more time with the bunnies. And of course, for those listening, and yeah, just in case you missed it, the news previous, we do like to talk about our critters on this particular night. A wee update on your critters is always a wonderful thing to hear. And we do have Randall's two lionhead bunnies as the cutest critters on the net so far. If you think you can challenge, just post up a picture of your critter to the IRN's Facebook page or send me a picture. My email's good in QRZ, and we'll decide if you've got a cuter critter than Randall's cute critters. There we go. I'm not going to say that too quick or too often, that's for sure. Anyway, Randall, have a fantastic day, a great weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and thanks again for being here. We'll say 73 to K5RLR. And with that, we're going to go to Aldington in Englandshire. And we've got Josh there. But Josh, let's go for ladies first. And Bex, I did hear you first, but, I just had one of those, I think they call it a brain fart. Just couldn't, and I type in your call sign at least once a week on NetLogger, for Lillian's XYL net and everything else. And for some reason, it just had a complete mind blank there. That's what it is. So, Bex, I'll go to you first, and then we'll go to Josh. So, first up is Mike 7, Kilo November, Oscar. Bex, welcome. Happy Friday, and the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
Like 7 Kilo November, Oscar returning. Yeah, it's been a quiet week. If you can call home educating my grandson quiet. We've been working on his ham license this week. He's 7, so it's going to take some time, as I'm sure you'll appreciate. We're on module 3 of the Essex ham course, which anyone in the UK may be familiar with. He's doing pretty well. I'm quite impressed. He's retaining a lot of information, understanding a lot more than I expected for his age. But I say we're going to take it slowly and enjoy the process. I think teaching it to him, because I'm having to go through it all, whereas with Josh, I just put him on the course and he answered lots of questions and he's got the app. Every now and then he'd ask me something. But actually having to teach it to Jacob I probably know far more now than I did when I took my own. It's pretty shameful, really, isn't it? But I think I'm going to use this opportunity to go straight onto the intermediate license now that I'm really, really getting in depth by teaching it. I might do a lot better than I thought I would, but we never know. That's another thing. And then, of course, I got caught out today, Graham. Obviously, Josh is still at school. He's in year 7 in secondary school. And after Jacob and I had done the 3rd module on the Essex Ham course, with the weather being as it is, we decided to take the dog to the beach, and we kept quiet. Came home, Josh had come home, and then Josh is on my tablet, and of course the photos from my phone automatically go over to my tablet, and he saw pictures of Jacob in the sea. So he might have a little moan about that in a minute, because obviously it's a bit harsh when he's still at school. But yeah, other than that, but as I say, the weather's been very good today. I think we've got 4 or 5 days of more normal June temperatures, shall we say, which we're going to enjoy. My garden's not growing very well. My veg is not doing very well this year. I'm not sure what's going on. And normally it's taken off massively. We've had a fair bit of sun, lots of rain. I'd be expecting it to do a lot better, but my runner beans aren't doing very well. So anyway, back to you, Graham.
Very good, Bex. Well, hey, listen, first of all, I don't know if you've got a timer on there, but that was bang on 3 minutes. My note just timed out as you passed it back to me, so bang on 3 minutes. Well done. I thought you were going to be the first person of the day to time it out, and sometimes that's normally me, but there we go. Anyway, Bex, thanks for all that. Lots of information, lots of things happening, very exciting. And yeah, going to the beach without Josh because he's at school. Well, there you go. That's what happens on a good day when it's nice and sunny. We had some sunshine today, but mainly cloudy, some rain. But looking at the forecast over the weekend and next week is meant to be not too bad. So I had a repair in the caravan to do. So we managed to get the part. Hopefully, it's going to get delivered tomorrow. It's part of the combi boiler, and it was incredibly expensive. Never mind. I've got the old part out, and once the new one comes in, I'll get that put into the boiler and get the furniture back located into the caravan. And hopefully for next week, we'll be ready to roll again. So there we go. But yeah, well, all the best to Jacob there on the 3rd module in the Essex Ham course. Absolutely wonderful. And Bex, you should just go for the intermediate. You've nothing to lose, that's for sure, and everything to gain. So just go for it. And I know when Helen here, MM7HQS, where it was going through her Essex Ham course, she would ask me questions, and I had to go and relearn so much, because of course I sat my tests back in the early 90s, 1991, so it was a bit of a time ago, so goodness me. Anyway, there we go, that's for sure. Bex, do you have anything else for us? I think I had something else to say. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, Bex, M7KNO from GM0 UUB. I'll throw it back to you one more time.
Yeah, that timeout, that was literally looked down and thought, oh! So that was close. I was cutting it very fine. Yeah, I've had to relearn. I mean, it was 2 years ago since I did mine, and it's amazing how much you forget. But as I said to Josh when he took his, you learn far more about radio once you've passed your exam than you do whilst you're doing it. And so yeah, he's learning now massively. But you do forget, I mean, Ohm's law. You forget the formulas. I know it now, and things like that. So it's just readdressing all these things. It's good fun, and I'm enjoying teaching Jacob, as frustrating as it is at times, and having to constantly remind myself he's 7. It's a good process. Yeah, I will start, once we've got him through this, I will start doing my intermediate. I think Josh wants to do his as well. Back to you, Graham.
Well, thanks so much, Bex. Always great to hear from you my friend. It really is, and yeah, it's just go for it. And as you say, it's so easy to forget, And I've done that all my life, right through school and right through university and basically right through life. When you're having to attend to something and you've got to learn about it, all the details, you learn things and they're into your head and you get prepared. Once you've actually done the test or gone through a particular activity or whatever you had to do, you had to learn a lot of things. Unless you're actually using them on a regular basis after that, they're so easily forgotten. So, so there we go. And of course, the more you learn, the more you forget. So that's another thing. So maybe try not to learn too much all at the same time. I'm not too sure. Anyway, that's very confusing. But Bex, it's always a pleasure to hear from you, my friend. It really is. And of course, it's always great to speak to Josh as well, who is, I would say, his call sign is still nice, brand new shiny call sign. And it was absolutely a real honour and a privilege to speak to Josh last week, and again, I'm sure it will be this week as well. So let's go and find out what's happening with Josh. Mike 7, Papa, Oscar, Victor. Josh, welcome, sir. And it's great to have you. I said that last week, but great to have you as part of the licensed amateur radio community. And I know you're enjoying it, so tell us what you've been up to this week. And obviously, you've not been to the beach, hi, but what else is going on? M7 POV from GM0, UUB Net Control. Josh, the mic is yours.
GM0 UUB from M7 POV. This week I haven't really got that much done. I've had end of year exams all week. I haven't really been able to do much apart from revise and do tests, which has been quite boring. And I was absolutely fuming earlier. I was minding my own business, looking through to find a screenshot of a bit of homework that I'd done. Looking through, and I see a picture of a little boy having the time of his life in the sea with not his bodyboard. No, it wouldn't be his. Mine. My bodyboard, my beach, while I was at school. She's going to pay for that. And she's going to take me next time and she's going to get me fish and chips on the beach. Refund that horrible act. Yeah, I haven't really done much else this week apart from, as I said, tests. What else was I going to say? I haven't really been able to get on the radio, but I'm looking forward to getting back on it. Hopefully, tonight, possibly, if I'm able to stay up. Just whenever I try, I either go to sleep at around 1:30, 2, or it's a bit later, but then I just sleep throughout the whole day the next day. Yeah, I'll pass it back to you there, Graham. GM0UB from M7 POV.
Very good, Josh. Hey, my friend, you got me smiling there, and when you saw the pictures and it was your bodyboard that you saw, and then of course when you said it was your beach, well, I didn't know you owned the beach there, sir. So you need to put a ban. You need to fence it off and padlock it, and they only let people in that have permission from yourself. No, that was funny, Josh. I really did enjoy that, and I think you're absolutely right. The next time that you're taken to the beach there, I think definitely, you're due a nice meal of fish and chips and everything else. I think to make up for that, it's been a real shock for you, sir. I really feel for you, and I think fish and chips is the least. You might even get a pickled egg in there as well, perhaps. I'm not too sure if you like that, but there we go. Anyway, Josh, I know last week when you checked in, the plan was that you were going to get up, go and have an hour or two, or maybe a little bit longer of kip, and get up in the middle of the night and see what DX might be out there on Radio Land. So, did you manage to do that last week, or did you sleep through it, or did you get up? Were the conditions there, or were the conditions poor, and there's nothing happening? So, Yeah, any report from that there, Josh? M7 POV, back to you, sir.
M7 POV returning. Yeah, I did actually. I did as the plan said actually. I went to bed. Well, I went to bed, but I didn't go to sleep. I came back down and I went on HF. I made, it was 1 or 2 contacts, but they weren't the best because the propagation wasn't very good at all and the conditions weren't great. Even though during the day I checked and it said I looked in QRZ and it said the night they're meant to be quite good on 20 meters and 10 meters as well, I believe, but they weren't. They were alright, but they weren't brilliant. So hopefully I might get a chance tonight. I might make Friday radio night, so then I can sleep in on Saturday. Just have like Saturday as my sleep day and Friday night as fun night. Yeah, back to you there, Graham, from M7 POV.
Thank you so much, Josh. Well, I'm glad you managed to get a couple of contacts last week at least. And yeah, you're right. You know, the propagation forecasts, they don't tell all, that's for sure. In reality, things can be quite different. But I think what I find is if the forecast says there'll be absolutely nothing to hear, they're normally right. But if they say, oh, it could be, you know, it could be okay. Sometimes it can be really, really good. And other times when it says it's going to be really good, it's just okay. So there we go. But anyway, it is an indication. It helps plan. But there we go. Can't always be relied on in reality. So such is atmospheric conditions. Anyway, Josh, thanks again, sir. It's always wonderful to hear from you, and thanks for being a regular since you got licensed on this net. We do obviously hope that you continue to do so and continue to love this wonderful, wonderful hobby. And you're going to meet some amazing people over the year, that's for sure. So keep up the good work, sir. And thanks for being there. And definitely fish and chips next time at the beach for sure. We'll say 73 to M7 POV. And let's go down the list and see if Pete is still there. He's doing an Echolink demonstration. And let's see if Pete is still there. Kilo Delta 4 Uniform Hotel Yankee from GM0 UUB Net Control. Pete, are you still around, sir? And if so, please take the microphone up. It's your turn. Okay, nothing heard. Obviously, a little bit longer pause. Of course, when you're operating with the multimode, some of the digital side and the Echolink can, be there can be quite a delay. Sometimes 3-4 seconds is easily experienced. So, yeah, you'd give a good old courtesy long pause. That's for sure. But anyway, it doesn't seem like Pete's there, but he's on the log. We've had him checked in, and he had his say earlier. So nice to hear from him. So we'll carry on down the list. We do have Sue there. That was a proxy check-in. So we on the last person on this particular list, we always save the best to last, of course. Victor Echo 3 X-Ray Delta Bravo. That's our friend Doug out there in Kitchener, Ontario. VE3XTB. This is GM0 UUB Net Control. Happy Friday, Doug. And how are you? The mic, it's all yours.
Off Mike 0, Uniform Bravo from VE3XDB. Good evening, Graham, and hello to everyone listening in this evening. It is another hot day in Kitchener. Right now, the thermometer, the weather service says that the temperature is 28 degrees Celsius, but our thermometer on the side of the house reads 40 degrees Celsius. We were going to have dinner outside, but I think we're going to pass. We just went for a little walk over to the market, and I think that was enough outside for now. Tomorrow is field day, and so I'll be running the 20-meter PW station for our Kitchener-Waterloo Amateur Radio Club. That is, if the weather cooperates. That after all this heat and thunderstorms all week, we're going to have more rain and thunderstorms predicted for tomorrow. So I hope we're able to get all set up and going. Gosh, you made me laugh at another thing because you mentioned 1:30 or 2 a.m. Well, I think it's something about you folks on that side of the pond, because you're in good company with Graham, Dave, and others. I'll drop for just a moment. This is VE3XDB. Yesterday we had a lovely lunch near the Avon River in Stratford. And some might think, well, I was in England yesterday. No, we were in Ontario. Stratford, Ontario is about 30 minutes drive west of here. And we enjoyed lunch at an outdoor cafe, had a nice little salmon sandwich, and then we walked around the town, which is quite a tourist attraction. And the Stratford Festival is there every year, which is a Shakespeare festival, unsurprisingly, and it's been running for about 55 years, I think. Anyway, the Sunday Net at 8 p.m. on Sunday on the IRN channels. We always have a good time there. Back to you, Graham, from VE3XDB.
Oh, thank you, Doug. And I've just noticed over the last kind of 10 minutes, after each person is unkeyed, there's a wee chunk. It's not getting in the way at all. It's just there, so we just have a wee pause and let it happen. But I'm not too sure where it's coming from, but it's not really causing any big issues. Anyway, Doug, thank you. Thank you so much. And 40 degrees centigrade, far too hot for me, sir. Far, far too hot. I think I've said before, if we get to 20, the low 20s, that's warm enough for me. Anything mid-20s is just too much. It just kind of overwhelms you. I'm just not used to it. And but no, it sounds good. And as long as you take care in that kind of temperature, you can you'll do okay. But no, it's just too hot for me, that's for sure. And it's always interesting to hear some of the place names across there in Canada, especially, but also in the rest of the United States as well. The number of places that are named the same as the places here in the UK. And, where there's rivers, obviously you've got the Avon River, we've got the River Avon here, and the Stratford, and I know there's, just so many kind of over there. So, and I know there are historical reasons for all those things, but always good to hear. And, of course, Field Day, I think it's the ARRL. Field Day is happening tomorrow. I think it kind of spans between Saturday and Sunday. Is that not correct? So I think it's called Field Day, but it's in the sort of, it depends where you are, what time zone you're in. But anyway, I'm glad to hear you be part of that, and hopefully conditions are going to be in your favour, and you're going to get some interesting contacts. And I think that's a good place to be. I think you said you're going to be the operator on the 20-metre band for the radio club. So that's always a good band to be on, that's for sure. So hopefully you'll have plenty of contacts there for Field Day. So Doug, just anything else about Field Day? Because I know people were talking about that earlier on the Alaska Morning Net. I think I heard you check in there too. I was just about to take the dog out for a walk. And so what equipment? Where are you setting up? Which field are you going to be in? Hi. What's your location going to be, and what's the working conditions going to be like? If you don't mind, sir, I'm just being kind and nosy. VE3XDB from GM0 UUB. Back to you, sir.
Oh, very good, Graham. Well, last year, for the first time, the club set up at a nursery east of Kitchener in a place called Breslau. And it's north of the highway, maybe 25 minutes drive from here. Our call is going to be Victor Echo 3 India Charlie. We're going to be operating 7 Alpha, I think. So we'll have 7 stations going. The field day runs from 2 p.m. Eastern to from 2 p.m. Eastern Saturday to 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. So it should be a nice time. We always have a nice barbecue on Saturday night, and it's always fun to have, especially new hams. We have a GOTA station, get on the air station, and the new hams tend to come out and operate that. We had something like 30 new hams graduate from our course this year, so many of them are coming out to field day, so it should be a good time. And anyway, Graham, have a great weekend, and thank you for letting me check into the net. I'll speak with you again soon. Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo, Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Delta Bravo.
There we go. Well, Doug, thank you for that. Well, it sounds really, really exciting, and especially the barbecue. Hi. But no, you have a fantastic weekend, sir. And like I say, I hope the propagation conditions are going to be good to you. That makes it all a bit more fun if conditions are good. And yeah, do enjoy the ARRL field day out there. And I think the rest of the world can work those stations as well. I've not got my HF equipment set up. It's been down for 2 years now. I'm still all in storage. So, but anyway, we'll maybe get that sorted at some point. But good stuff. Okay, well, Doug, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well. Do enjoy. You can tell us all about it afterwards. And of course, folks, if you want to catch up with Doug on Sunday, he does the IRN Sunday Evening Net. And all the details can be found on IRN.radio. All the W's on IRN.radio.
So maybe those filters and all that are made for that other service.
As we were speaking about with the VE6 DCV Dave earlier. So there's no RF involvement and everything else. All the details on this on the website. So go and check it out. And we love to have amateur radio operators come into our non-RF linked nets as well, because the unlicensed people can hear us operating and talking, and they do get a lot of inspiration hearing licensed operators participating there. Encourages them to have a wee look to get their own license as well. So thanks again, Doug. You take care, sir, and no doubt we'll speak to you again soon. We'll say 73 to VE3 XTB. That does bring us down to the bottom of the list. So, folks, this is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland. This is, of course, the International Radio Network, KB1 Multi-mode net. It's Friday, it's the 21st, it's June, it's 2024, and we're looking for some check-ins. You know what to do, folks. It's your call sign. It's slowly, phonetically, and twice. Please, call now.
Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie. Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie. Cliff Mobile in Calgary.
Zulu 06, Echo Victor Papa.
ECK Kilo 0 Echo Charlie Kilo Gale Kyle, Texas.
Okay, Net Control recognises a lot of Chunks there, and I think it might have put people off. But anyway, we do have Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie. We've got our friend Cliff. He's mobile out there in Calgary. Cliff will be with you shortly. We do have Gail in Kyle, Texas, K0ECK. We've got you on the list. And we had a very quick call sign. It was, I think it was EVP. It wasn't Martin. It was somebody else. Echo Victor Papa, I think 6 EVP. Can the EVP station come back, and if you just key up and give me your call sign phonetically and twice, and we'll get you on the log, sir. Please try again. Go ahead.
Zulu Sierra 6, Echo Victor Papa. Zulu Sierra 6, Echo Victor Papa.
Very good. Got you that time there, sir. I think you're a brand new check-in, and it's Ben out there in South Africa. Zulu Sierra 6, Echo Victor Papa. We've got you on the list there, Ben. We're with you shortly, so please stand by. And yeah, there are those Kertrunks are actually getting a little bit more annoying as we're trying to get check-ins here. So I know there's people out there having a wee monitor of the system. You can maybe see where that is, and if there's anything we can do, that would be fantastic. But let's go to the top of this wee list, and there we find our friend Cliff, and he's mobiling out there in Calgary. So without any further ado, Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie Mobile. Cliff, welcome, sir. Happy Friday, and how are you? Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody on the net from sunny Calgary. We're temperature around 20, I think, today. Supposed to be 26 or 27 on the weekend, and then a little cooler next week, but not bad at all. I'm just on my way. I went out and got some food and medicine at the vets for Nuala. Went to Heritage Park for a couple of hours, watched some of the drumming and the indigenous dancers, and that was a lot of fun. And walked around, petted a horse, and saw some of the other farm critters and the buildings and stuff, and just heading back, almost back home now. Noelle is doing fine. I imagine she'll be in our chair warming it up for me, waiting for me to come back with her stuff. Back to you, Graham. Oh, I wanted to mention, there's lots of familiar names around here. Banff, Canmore, what else? Cochrane. Yeah, there's lots of Scottish names around here. Back to you from B6PLC.
Very good, Cliff. Yeah, it's quite amazing, when you have a wee, when I go on to maybe Google Maps or something just to do a wee nosy around the world, and when you start to zoom in and get the names, the place names of some of the smaller towns especially, it's amazing just how many are out there that have the same names as those places here in the UK. So I think there's a few Invernesses around as well. And of course that's where I was born in Scotland, but I think there's a few around in different places too, so and Banff and everything else, so it's there's loads, there's absolutely loads. So no, it's really interesting, and I'm sure each one of them has a story to tell of just how they were named that's for sure. But anyway, Cliff, thanks for being there. I know you're mobiling. I think you said you're nearly at home, so you'll be nearly in a position to, if you don't mind, give Nuala a wee gentle squeeze, a wee Scottish squeeze from myself and Helen. That would be amazing, and always good to hear about Nuala, that's for sure. And I think you said you've picked up some food, and maybe you mentioned medication there for Nuala as well, so I hope everything's going okay there. But anyway, Cliff, do you have anything else for us before we move down the list? VE6PLC Mobile, just one more time, sir, if you don't mind. Back to you.
Very good, Graham. Yes, I'm connecting through the VA6CAL repeater and through the Echolink node that I built at my place. So I thought, well, I haven't tried it mobile through the repeater for a long time. I might give it a go while I was heading back. And it works not too bad at all. So that's what all. Noelle's medicine is just your usual stuff. Dimazole to counteract her hyperthyroidism. And so nothing too concerning there, nothing out of the ordinary, just the regular stuff that I have to give her for the rest of her life. And then some early kidney care food. She's starting to show signs of maybe developing some crystals in her kidneys, so this food's supposed to help with that and keep her going for a good while yet. And so that's the story on that. Back to you, Graham, from B6PLC.
Thank you so much, Cliff. And well, you know, we've always known that Nuala certainly landed on all four paws in the right place when she graced you with her presence. And yeah, you've obviously just been so loving and everything else. And took a long time for her to get your to have trust and all the rest. But you've now got it obviously for some time now, and all the extras looking after her and everything else. So no, you're. I think I've said it before. I think if I was to be have to go and be fostered by anybody, I think it would have to go to Cliff. So anyway, Cliff, it's always great to speak to you, my friend. It really is. And you take care, stay safe, drive safe there, sir. Get home safe, and have a wonderful weekend. And no doubt we'll speak to you again very soon. So we will say 73 in the meantime to VE6 PLC Mobile. And let's come all the way back across the pond. Oh dear, and there we go. We're back into. No, we're not going to cross the pond. Goodness me, we're staying over there. I have to go back again. Oh no, now I'm back over there. We're going to Texas. It's Kyle, Texas. It's Gail. Gail, I don't know. I was just about to throw you into Englandshire for some reason. Why? I'm not too sure. Another wee brain fart. Kilo Zero, Echo Charlie Kilo from GM0. UUB, just getting old here. Gail, welcome. Happy Friday. The microphone, it's all yours.
K0ECK here. So anyway, yeah, we're doing better. Hank Scout is better, but he has this cyst on his wrist that he's going to have to get removed. So he has to go in for that. And I have a tooth that they're going to have to take out, the piece they're going to have to put in my partial to fix that. But still, it's another day, and that we've been blessed with, and we still have each other, and we still have ham friends, and we have the ladies' net tomorrow, which you always graciously log for, and we're making a batch of vegetable soup, and gonna put some chicken in it, and probably some chicken and cheese for Hank when I fix his bowl. So K0ECK, Kilo Zero Echo Charlie Kilowatt, back to net.
Well, Gail, thank you so much, my friend, for taking the time to stop by today. Really do appreciate that. Always great to hear from you. And I'm glad both you and Hank are doing okay, getting things kind of sorted out there. So good stuff. And yeah, well, certainly what's on the menu sounds great. so keep up the good work there. And yeah, so just wondering, how's you know, I know. You know, my geography of the United States isn't great. It's not too bad, but I know many parts of the United States are experiencing some incredible heat waves and everything else right now. So how are you guys out there in Kyle, Texas? Are your temperatures way up from where they would normally sit? So Gail, if you don't mind, K0ECK from GM0 UUB. Back to you one more time.
Breeze here, and so but it varies. I mean, right now it's only 80, so there it is. But yeah, and so it's something else. You know, the rain cooled it down yesterday, so that made a lot of difference. And besides, the station manager has been real clingy today. He won't stay off my lap, so. But he deserves it, right? I mean, 25 years old. What do you bet? WA0SYC.
WA0SYC, Hank, good to see you there, sir. This is GM0UUB Net Control. And, well, thanks for the wee update there. And, of course, for Kit Kat, we did have to have a wee station manager update, as long as he allows. And so there we go. Thanks for the update. And, no, it sounds absolutely wonderful. Probably the oldest cat on the net. Of course, we've got the cutest critters on the net is Randall's there so far, unless anyone can top his bunny rabbits. And I think probably the oldest, maybe the oldest critter, but certainly the oldest cat on the net is definitely going to Kit Kat there, that's for sure. So anyway, Hank, Gail, it's great to have you guys here. It really is. Thanks so much for taking the time to stop by. And do you have anything else for us before we go and see if that station from South Africa is still there? Ben, if you're still there, please stand by. It's your turn next. So Gail, Hank, anything else for us before we move on? Back to you.
Along with Mr. Kit Kat, and so we'll see you after a while. By the way, hopefully by next week, I have a new call, which will be that's old vanity call. So it should be here by next Friday. So if you hear that one, you know who that was. That was Kit Kat. WA0SYC.
WA0SYC, before you go there, Hank, you said you get a new vanity call, and you were just giving it to us, and you dropped out, and then you came back again after about 10 seconds. So, yeah, you'll have to give us the call again. We have to look out for, hopefully, for next week. So, Hank, if you don't mind, can you repeat the call? Back to you.
It is Whiskey Alpha Zero, Whiskey Alpha Zero Tango Alpha X-Ray, Whiskey Alpha Zero Taxman.
Very good, Hank. Well, I'm sure that will definitely increase your popularity. Hi. Okay, well, we'll definitely be looking out for that. Whiskey Alpha Zero TAX, that's for sure. Well, anyway, Gail, Hank, thank you guys. And thanks so much for stopping by today. And, of course, give Mr. Kit Kat there a wee gentle Scottish squeeze from myself and Helen. That would be amazing. Thanks so much. And have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well. And we'll hopefully speak to you again very soon. So with that, we'll say 73 to K0ECK and WA0SYC. And let's go and see if Ben is still with us all the way from South Africa. Brand new check-in. Maybe should have picked him up earlier. But anyway, Zulu Sierra 6, Echo Victor Papa. Are you still there, Ben, from Golf Mike 0? Uniform Bravo. Ben, please, go ahead, sir.
KSRC, thank you, Net Controller. I'm from 06 Echo Victor Papa. Good evening here from South Africa, time 23:15 here. Yeah, Graham, the only reason I'm knocking in and reporting I'm the net controller, the repeater controller for the WWIRG on this side for the UK and South Africa, and I noticed that I have a little bit request that you guys, after each QSO, at least get 5 to 6 seconds delay before the next QSO, because the repeaters, I remember we are doing RF internationally, so the repeater takes about 5 to 6 seconds after each QSO to reset and to switch on again. Otherwise, if it's directly behind each other, then the repeaters cuts out after more than 3 minutes. It will cut out, and then it would take about 5 to 6 seconds before it connects again. So I just friendly request that if it's possible, Mike, back to you, net controller, from 06 Echo Victor Papa.
Very good, Ben, and well, thank you for the reminder, sir. And we do say at the beginning, remember it is a multi-mode network, and it does take a little bit of time for all the various connections, gateways, nodes, repeaters, and everything else to take a little breather and to reset. And we do kind of advise about 5 seconds, but very often we do kind of forget that, sir. So, good reminder, good reminder. Anyway, Ben, welcome to the net, and I think you said you're do some net control as well for the WWARG group there that's connected to the IRN. So thanks for being there, and you're sounding good all the way from South Africa. And we are on the net here. The KB1 Multi-mode net happens every Friday, so it'd be absolutely wonderful if you can be a regular. But Ben, as a newcomer to the net, we only have one question, and one thing we do like to talk about on this particular net is our critters. So do you have any critters at home, whether they're feathered types or furred types? There might be wild critters that come into your garden, and or they could be your domestic critters like a cat or a dog or a fish or whatever it might be. So Ben, do you have any critter stories to share with us? Let's find out. Zulu Sierra 6 Echo Victor Papa from GM0 UUB. Back to you, my friend.
Okay, received net controller. No, not negative. What I'm going to think about now. You have caught me out, Grim, you caught me off guard. But thank you anyway for the invite. Definitely will join you guys now every Friday. If it's possible, because most of the time I'm here or I'm at work. But thanks a lot for the invite. I will definitely join you. But at the present moment, no, you caught me off guard. I don't have any little stories. But thanks. Mike, back to you, net control from 06 Echo Victor Papa.
Very good, Ben. Well, thanks again for taking the time to stop by for the first time. It's always great to hear new check-ins. And, for the last few months, we've been having several new check-ins every week. I think last week we only had a couple, and this week we've only had a couple so far as well. But there we go. It's for several weeks we were having like 5 or 6 each week. It was absolutely amazing. And some have come back. That's always a good sign. But anyway, Ben, I wish you all the best, sir. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well out there in South Africa. And we thank you for taking the time to stop by. We'll say 73 to ZS6 EVP. And with that, we are at the bottom of the list. So let's go for some more check-ins. This is, of course, Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo. Graham here in Central Scotland, your net control for the IRN KB1 Multi-mode net. We're looking for some more check-ins. Please give me your call signs slowly, phonetically, and twice. Please call now.
2 Whiskey 0 Kilo Yankee Hotel. 2 Whiskey 0 Kilo Yankee Hotel. Declan in Newport, South Wales.
Golf 7 Oscar Charlie Kilo. Golf 7 Oscar Charlie Kilo. Brian in the land of the Prince Bishops.
X-ray. Kilo Bravo 3. Golf Papa X-ray. Mike, York, Pennsylvania.
Well, net control recognizes Mike all the way from Pennsylvania. That is, of course, KB3 GPX. We've got you on the list. Brian out there in Crook in Englandshire, G7OCK. Brian, you're on the list. And, there we go. We've got Declan checking in there as well. That is, of course, 2 Whiskey 0 Kilo Yankee Hotel, the kind young ham, who normally is right at the top of the list, but he was busy. He was busy today, all dressed up, all smart and everything else, and off for some Friday evening fun. So anyway, he can tell us all about it. Welcome, Declan. You were looking amazing earlier, and thanks to Sue, your mum there, for putting up the pictures of you all dressed up and ready to go somewhere. So tell us all about it, sir. 2 Whiskey Zero, Kilo Yankee Hotel. Happy Friday. The microphone, Declan. It's all yours.
Okay, this is 2 Whiskey Zero, Kilo Yankee Hotel. Hello there, Graham, and hello everyone else on the net here. So I was at my Year 11 prom, and it was absolutely brilliant. Honestly, I loved it so much. It was incredible. I am seriously happy about that because it's because it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I was spending a lot of time with my closest friends. I managed to get a fair few pictures with them, and also I got a picture with a member of the senior leadership team as well, which I am really happy about, and also it was all in all a great time. Had a lot of fun. Went up on the dance floor, had a little dance. It was it was great. I was sweating, and to be honest, for quite a while I was bordering on deafness. It was a bit loud, but it was fun nonetheless, and I absolutely loved every moment of it. It was great, and definitely do not regret it one bit. There were great entrances made by some of the people in my year group. There was someone come along escorted by a convoy of motorcycles. A group of guys come in a limousine. One girl come in a tractor. It was hilarious. It was great, honestly. And there was a red carpet set out and everything for all of us to walk down when we arrived. It was brilliant. And I can't stress enough. Really good time. Loved every moment. Let me quickly reset. From 2 Whiskey Zero, Kilo Yankee Hotel returning. And yeah, it was great. I can't say it enough. It was incredible. Loved it. The music was good. The atmosphere was great. The people there were great. It was lovely. All in all, loved the time there. And honestly, sad it's over. But hey, it happens. And we are good. So I guess with that being said, I am going to go ahead and bounce it back to you, Graham. GM0UUB from 2 Whiskey Zero, Kilo Yankee Hotel. Oh, and by the way, when Dave Golf Whiskey 8 Sierra Zulu Lima told me that he had got in first, I was shocked. Wow, subsidizing for me now, are you? Hey, at least the top step stays within the family, hi. Back to you, GM0UUB from 2 Whiskey Zero, Kilo Yankee Hotel.
Well, Declan, yeah, he certainly did. So once again, we had Newport, South Wales at the top of the net. So no problem on the top of the podium, of course, but not yourself. So it was kind of strange, but never mind. We did miss you earlier, but thank you so much, Declan, for checking in right here, right now, and sharing the excitement. And that absolutely sounds so wonderful, and I'm so glad you had such a wonderful evening. And you've had a long season of exams there, and all the pressures and the tensions and sometimes anxieties that might go with that. And now you've got several weeks of relaxation and everything else over the summer, extended summer holiday before going back to school. And I think it was a very well-deserved evening that you did enjoy today. So after all your hard work, and it sounds like there was some some very good kind of people turning up in all different kind of things, and limousines and tractors and motorbikes and everything else. So that's absolutely wonderful. But thank you so much, Declan, for sharing the excitement with us. We can feel it, we can hear it in your voice, and share a little bit of that excitement and joy you had. So that's so good. And you mentioned the music and it was loud and everything else. So was it a live band there, or was it a DJ that was playing? And I think you already said you were up dancing and all the rest, and maybe even breaking a sweat, maybe doing some break dancing. I'm not too sure. I don't think I've seen you dancing. Anyway, 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. Declan, throw it back to you one more time, sir.
Okay, from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. I'm sorry, I was a little bit distracted there. Did you ask me any questions? Because if not, I don't have anything else to say. From 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel.
Yes, Declan, I was asking you, was there an open bar, or did you have to pay for all the pints? Hi. No, I'm only kidding now. No, I was asking you, you said the music was loud, so I'm wondering, was it a DJ playing the music, or did you have a band there playing? And I was just saying thank you for sharing the excitement. You deserved a day like this after your season of exams. But that was all. It was just DJ or live band, or what sort of music was there? And I was just commenting. I think you said you were dancing there and maybe even breaking a sweat. So I don't think I've ever seen you dancing. So I don't know if you're a good dancer or not, but maybe time will tell. 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel from GM0 UUB. Back to you, sir.
Okay, from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. Yes, it was a DJ. It was, and there was like a pen and pad with space for requests to be put in, and there ended up being, I think, 4 full pages worth of requests, to the point where the DJ had to tell people to stop putting in requests because, of course, the party was 4 hours, and can't exactly get through 4 pages worth of requests in that span of time, considering the fact as well that the thing, I don't think it properly opened up until about 20 minutes after, maybe 15, 20 minutes after the, what was it called? To actually go into the hall and properly get it started. But and then also we went out about, I think, maybe an hour or so into it, or maybe less than an hour, to get a whole year group photo taken out by one of the buildings, which was great. And yeah, I'm gonna quickly reset. From 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel returning. So basically, it was great. I did quite love the I loved the prom. It was brilliant, and again, really happy. Not really too much else I can say. So back to you from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel.
Well, Declan, once again, thank you for sharing the excitement. Honestly, we can hear it in your voice. And those photographs you're talking about, whether the formal ones or ones that are taken on your cell phones and everything else, you'll cherish those photos forever. You really will, and they'll just remind you of a fantastic evening with your friends there. So glad you had a great time there, Declan. And we were thinking about you. We were looking at the photograph of you all in your posh talks there and everything else, and heading off for the evening. And so glad you managed to check in and let us know it was such a fantastic day. So well done, and thank you so much. And like I say, you'll cherish those photos and memories for a long, long time, forever, indeed. So, and yeah, you reminded me when you were talking about people putting in requests for music and everything else. Of course, when I was out doing some gigs, I haven't done anything since COVID, but prior to COVID, I would go out and do some live music and this and that. Some live music, and then there was some maybe DJ stuff, and sometimes some karaoke. There's a lot of karaoke, and people at the beginning of the evening, then some of the regulars would say, "Oh, I'll sing my song," and I'll sing my song. But of course, the last hour, the last half hour, everybody's got a song they want to sing, and you can't pack them all in. And that's just the way it is. And actually, it's a sign of a good evening. It really is. When people are so enthusiastic, but you're just kind of squeezed for time, but everybody's enjoyed themselves so much. So always a good sign. Anyway, Declan, thank you, sir. You take care. Stay safe, and and we can hear you so excited there, and thanks for sharing. It's been absolutely wonderful. So, Declan, all the best to you, sir. Have a great weekend, and no doubt we'll catch you and speak to you again very, very soon. So we'll say 73 to 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel, and let's go out to Brian out there in Crook in Englandshire, G7OCK. And well, I'm sure, Brian, I don't know, I think you're a kind of regular every weekend. You're out there dancing, boogieing, loud music, everything else, and coming home all sweaty. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm mixing you up with a different Brian I know. G7OCK, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And the microphone, Brian, it's all yours.
Yeah, Roger Graham. Well, definitely on about a different bar, Ian. Certainly am. Definitely don't do anything silly like that. Not anymore, shall we say. Once upon a time, when I was sort of Declan's age and then going on for a few years, I used to, but not nowadays. Shall we say I'm getting older and getting wiser, I think, but not all the time. And good evening to you and everybody that's on the net this evening. And other than that, I'm just sitting here listening to the net and getting pestered by a four-legged black thing that's decided now that she wants to eat more than what was in the bowl. So I may end up having to go and feed her again. You never know. Or I think she might have had enough for today. She doesn't know what she wants to do. I think it's the weather. We'll put it down to the weather. Or Rage from Golf 7, Oscar Charlie Kilo.
Very good, Brian. Well, you know, I have many moments like that as well, and I put it down to, personally, it's all about the weather. It's nothing to do with age. Hi. Hey, Brian, thanks for being there, sir. And go and remind us, of course, we do like to talk about our critters, sir, so go and remind us of your black critter there that's kind of looking for some more munchies. I'm not too sure. Anyway, Brian, go and remind us of your four-legged friend there. G7OCK, back to you, sir.
Roger, not Graham. Well, she's what? Ooh, over 14-year-old. She was 14 in January, gone. Black Cocker Spaniel. Fortunately, we'll have to have a sister put to sleep about a month, 6 weeks since. Her sister didn't live with me. She lived with one of the daughters, so she had to be put to sleep. But that's by the by. It was the best thing for her at the time. She was starting to lose control of her back legs and everything. She was keep collapsing all the time. And this one's just spoiled rotten. And I just do as I'm told, the same as everybody else. So, yeah, she's a black cocker, 14-year-old by the name of Mika.
Oh, that's fantastic, Brian. Well, thanks for the reminder there. And it's a cocker spaniel is maybe our next option. But of course, we've still got our Mac here, who makes us laugh every single day, and he's got us well trained. Especially me, especially me. You know, the walk times, the feeding times, the wee treat times, the extra bit of a Mac snack, as we call them, a Mackie snacky. And no, he's got us so well trained, and he always gives us kind of like a 5-minute notice for the next things he's due any day. So definitely got worse since I retired. That's for sure. He's got me into such a routine. That's for sure. And of course, we lost Zara just before Christmas there, our black lab, and I think he's got even more kind of reliant on his routine, which is understandable. And so now he's just by himself, but he's fantastic and good stuff. Anyway, we love our critters, that's for sure. And if you don't mind just giving your critter a wee Scottish squeeze from myself and Helen, that'd be amazing, Brian. And thanks again for stopping by today. Really do appreciate that. So we will say, in the meantime, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and 73 to G70CK. And with that, we're going to go. There we go over the waves and everything else. There we are. We're across the pond once again, and there we find our friend Mike. He's in Pennsylvania. It's KB3GPX. Welcome, Mike. How are you, sir? Good to talk to you again. And the microphone, it's all yours.
All right, GM0UUB in the net, Kilo Bravo 3 Golf Papa X-ray. Mike, York, Pennsylvania, very warm day. I think let's just check the temperature, 36°C. Very warm air mass here, including the weekend with field day coming up this weekend. So it's going to be a toasty one. Stay hydrated and stay cool. And check those pets, those critters, too. They need that attention just as well as us humans. Sam, I did try getting in on one of the check-in cycles over on WWARG's gateway, but there's so much hang time with all the different systems that are doing their thing, and it's tough to get in on Zello. So I switched over to the KB1 channel, and we got in there. So there we go. Well, good to hear everyone. Martin in there, Ben, and a couple, Derek in there. Yeah, a lot of good folks here on the KB1 Multi-mode net here on this what is it, Friday. There we go. Friday, I think the cocktail hour is kicking in here. Hi. Yes, field day coming up this weekend. Not officially participating in it. However, I'd like to go up to my local ham club, which is about 35 or 40 minutes away, and do some visiting and just kind of check out, hang out with the crew there, and maybe it'll let me share the microphone, work a couple contacts. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's supposed to be hot tomorrow, so I think they have a sheltered pavilion, so that might help a little bit here. Critters. Well, I haven't seen that groundhog lately. I have seen a small chipmunk. I kind of call him Chippy. He's doing its thing and flipping around, and they are kind of destructive, but hopefully they're not doing any damage to the QTH here. And something about karaoke. I love that, but I'll send it back over to you, Graham, there, and I could comment on the karaoke on the next go-around. GM0UUB from KB3GPX.
Very good, Mike. Well, we look forward to hearing a little bit more about karaoke. I wonder if you've got your favourite songs. You carry the lyrics around. You tune up before you go out in the evening and everything else. I'm not too sure. Some people take it very, very seriously, and that's always good as well. It's always good to hear good singers. And I did karaoke. Ran karaoke nights for many years. And we had a bunch of people that were regulars, and they were very good singers, and they had their usuals, and sometimes they'd turn up and say, "I've got a new song for you this time," and I go, "Oh, great." And they did a fantastic job. And then, of course, you had those that they were very keen, but just didn't have the ability to back it up. You know what I mean there, Mike. And so some of them were funny. Some were so kind kind of bad, they were comical, and they didn't mind. They knew they were kind of bad, but then you had those that thought they were great, but just weren't. And it was really difficult to know just how to say, no, I'll just put somebody else in before you. And they're kind of saying, well, why? Yeah, those were the days. I so much enjoyed running the karaoke nights. But anyway, Mike, thanks for being there. I'll pass it back to you. And but beforehand, thanks as well for doing your stuff for your digital Pennsylvania nets there. And I've very much enjoyed the last few weeks just saying hello from Scotland to Pennsylvania on a Wednesday night and a Thursday as well. I missed last night. But anyway, if you care to share any more about that, I know you do net control and net logger duties. Please feel free. But yeah, definitely your karaoke stories, sir. We're looking forward to it. KB3 GPX from GM0 UUB.
All right, Graham, fine business, yes. Many nets over here, mostly on DMR, Brandmeister Network here throughout the week. One of the other ham radio guys has kind of tagged me as the force of the north here for the northeast part of the country here, unofficial tagline there, but anyway. It's all good there. Yeah, appreciate it, Graham, of course, checking in on the Crossmode net there. Actually, last night, or last evening, actually. And, yes, karaoke. Well, first song I got to sing, and it was Land Down Under, Men at Work. Very first song there. Of course, I had a couple pints there to loosen up the vocal cords and not get any stage fright in front of the microphone. That was fun. There was a guy that I knew for a while there. He had a very nice karaoke setup. He actually had a Pioneer Laserdisc player and the actual karaoke songs on Laserdisc with the bouncy ball and the video and everything. That was really cool stuff. So there actually was Laserdisc karaoke back in those, I guess, early 90s, somewhere along there. Of course, it's now modernized quite a bit. I have two karaoke programs. If you have the Xbox 360, it's called Lips, Lips. No longer supported, but it is out there if you can find the disc. And Sony's PlayStation 3 platform has SingStar, which I have that as well. And very fun stuff to do. Get a set of microphones with it, and you just go to town on it. And it's great for a party. Good stuff. As far as dancing, well, left foot over the right foot. That's probably pretty much the way I am. But there is a neat little program out there called Step Mania, free to download, and it replicates the popular Konami title, Dance Dance Revolution, which was very popular back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And check it out. Find the music online on various sources. You just get a dance pad and a controller to plug it into the computer, and you're off to the races. So a great way to get some exercise. It's great music as well. Anyway, 7-3 all around, and happy Friday. Have a good weekend, everyone. KB3 GPX, back to net.
KB3 GPX from GM0 UUB Net Control. Well, thank you so much, Mike, and the great information shared there, sir. You just timed out just as you were signing there, but no problem at all. I picked it back up again. So good stuff. Well, thank you, Mike, and yeah, I'm sure you do a great job of Land Down Under by Men at Work, and it's something you probably sung many a time. And no, it's great. It's just a great fun. It's great fun thing. And you know, I've got so much kind of karaoke stuff. It's all back up in storage. I haven't been out with it. You know, all the kind of PA equipment, the speakers and amplifiers and everything else. And I've got hard drives just full of thousands of karaoke files. So it's got the music and obviously the video that goes with it, and there's a laptop I use to operate that. You can actually change the key and everything else. If somebody comes up and says, "Oh, I like this song, it's a little bit high for me," I say, "Well, I can turn it down one or two, or maybe even three." And we had a lot of fun with karaoke over the years, that's for sure. So and there were a few songs that I used to sing, and I wouldn't be able to finish the evening without getting them out the way, because people would say, "No, Graham, you got to sing this, you got to sing that." So there we go. So that was always fun. Anyway, thank you so much, Mike, for being there, and thanks for doing what you do, and Brandmeister and the Pennsylvania Nets and everything else, and I'll certainly continue to wave a hand whenever I can, that's for sure. Okay, folks, well, that does bring us down to the bottom of the list. So, once again, this is GM0UUB. It's Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland, your net control for the International Radio Network's KB1 Multi-mode net. We're looking for some more check-ins. You know what to do, folks. It's your call sign. It's slowly, phonetically, and please, twice. Call now.
Kilo India 500 Romeo KI5 SSR Jeanette in Grapevine.
Control, this is Kilo India 7, Papa Kilo Lima.
Okay, Net Control recognizes our friend Rockin' Roy out there in Portland, Oregon, KI7 PKL. Roy, you're on the list, sir. It's only a list of two. It's kind of short list today. Unlike your net there, Roy, when I was trying to check in, goodness me, the clashes and there was a few train wrecks there, that's for sure, but you managed to pull them all out. Well done, sir. But it's kind of slower today, but no problem at all. First of all, we do have the Texas Kisser out there in Grapevine, Texas. Is Jeanette, also known as KI5SSR. So, Jeanette, you're up first, my friend, and how are you? Happy Friday, and the microphone is, of course, all yours.
Kilo Foxtrot 6 Zulu Ocean Lima. Kilo Foxtrot 6 Zulu Ocean Lima.
Looks like you had some more check-ins.
Yeah, I'm checking in early. KF6 ZOL, Mike in California. Oh, hi.
KF6 ZOL, Mike in the California there. Well, thank you for checking in, Mike. We've got you on the list, sir. You're at number 3 there. So thank you. I think you're a brand new check into this net, and I really do appreciate you being there. So we will come round to you shortly, sir, so please stand by. So KF6 ZOL, you're on the list. But let's go up the top of the list, and there we find KI5SSR, the Texas Kisser. Jeanette, welcome once again. Happy Friday. And the microphone, it's all yours.
Hey, KI5SSR, Jeanette in Grapevine, Texas. Hello to you, Graham out there, and everybody else. And Graham, it's been a pretty hot day here in Texas. We're at 92 currently. Yeah, I took off early. I went for a walk out there, about 5.5 miles. And how are you and Helen doing? So back at you.
Well, thank you, Jeanette, for asking. And hey, listen, we're doing fine. You know, the weather's been a little bit more improving. We had mainly a cloudy day today, but mainly kind of dry. But some rain, and I think maybe overnight some rain. But the weekend looks good, and next week looks pretty good as well. So yeah, we're just keeping ourselves busy here. When we went out in our caravan stroke trailer, I think you call it across the pond there, a couple of weeks ago, our boiler kind of decided not to work anymore. So anyway, I've discovered the problem, and we've managed to find the boiler. We had to kind of dismantle a fair bit of the furnishings and everything else, and remove the offending part, and the new part should arrive hopefully tomorrow. So I'll get that fitted back on as well, and everything else. So yeah, just enjoying things and getting things repaired when they break, and we're doing okay. Anyway, Jeanette, how are you? And please go ahead. But that's just been cheeky. But you're back in the hot seat tomorrow, so it's great. Alaska Morning Net's a great place to be. Of course, that does happen every single day. So and Jeanette is the voice of Saturday, and the voice of Friday is just about coming up. But first of all, KI5, SSR, do you have anything else for us there, my friend? Back to you.
Well, thank you, Graham, GM0UUB, KI5SSR. Well, I lost one of my fur balls, and she was 18 years old and had a good fight, I tell you. She lived 6 months after being diagnosed, so she's in heaven now. So I've been busy with that. And then I went to a ham festival last Saturday, and I did win one of the grand prizes. I won a Kenwood THD 75A, and I got to tell you, I love it, love it, love it. What a cool radio. So, yeah, but anyway, life, you just never know what you're going to get. And so anyway, great to hear you guys out here, and you know, it's going to be slow because everybody's getting ready for field days, so I don't expect to have a lot of check-ins tomorrow, but you know what, we'll make it work. If there's a couple people, then there's a net. That's what I always say. So anyway, thank you, Graham and Helen. I'll be clear with KM0UUB and MM7HQS. You guys have an awesome week and an awesome day, and thank you for all that you and Helen do. And it was great hearing a bunch of awesome people and stations out here that I know. So hello to everybody out here, and have a great weekend. SSR clear.
Well, once again, Jeanette, thank you so much for taking the time to stop by, and yeah, sorry to hear about the passing of one of your critters there, and that's one of the things when we have critters in our lives. It's something we have to kind of just kind of contend with, and it's not always easy, that's for sure. But there we go. But thank you so much, Jeanette, and you take care. Have a fantastic weekend. And enjoy field day if you're participating at all, but certainly enjoy your Alaska Morning Net tomorrow. Look forward to it, and I'll try and check in. But of course, as you know, I do net logger duties for Lillian as well, so I have to kind of try and multitask as much as possible. Maybe, Jeanette, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and no doubt we'll speak to you again very soon. We'll say 73 to KI5SSR. And with that, we'll move to the voice of Friday on the Alaska Morning Net. And that is, of course, KI7PKL, also known as Rockin' Roy. Roy, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And how are you, sir? The microphone, it's all yours.
Well, hey there, Graham, and everybody on the net. Hey, good afternoon to you, Jeanette. And, yeah, you know, when you have a slow net, it gives you more time to write you with people. Sometimes it's almost more fun that way. But, anyway, it's just it's going to be a hot afternoon. I guess it's already getting hot outside. I'm hanging out here in my dark, cool man cave. And, for the moment, that suits me pretty well. I think I'm going to be going out to forage for food a little bit later on, though, so I don't know. We'll have to figure out something anyway. Maybe find some other cool, dark place to go find food. So anyhow, did a little bit of astronomy this past week, and did a little troubleshooting. Actually, not even troubleshooting. Mostly just fine tuning of stuff. And I'm debating this full moon tonight. I'm debating whether to take the telescope out tonight and do the rest of my fine tuning, or just kick back and enjoy the evening. Maybe go to the pub or something. I don't know. I paused. And then we have a gig this weekend. So gonna play at this big thing where they have tacos and tequila and all kinds of beers. I love those kinds of festivals like that. You get to play on a fun big stage and go check out all the vendors. I love fair food, man. I'm just a real sucker for fair food. I go find the longest line and stand in it, and that's probably where they're gonna have the best food. So. I don't know how the Lions know where the best food is, but they where I don't, but the other people seem to. So I'm not sure how that works. So anyway, that's what's going on here. Nothing too special. Just enjoying a nice, quiet afternoon. Back to you, KI7 PKL.
Very good, Roy. Well, thank you so much for being here, sir. And astronomy tonight. I think you said the moon's in the sky and nice and bright. So that's a bit of a spoiler, unless of course it's the moon you want to look at. Probably the pub option. Yeah, I would go for that. There we go. But anyway, not that I'm telling you what to do, sir. But if I was you, if I was in your breeks, as we say, if I was in your breeks or breeches. That's what I would probably do. But anyway, Roy, thank you. And gig this weekend, off to a festival and everything else. Sounds like an absolutely amazing thing, and kind of jealous. Haven't done any kind of live music or anything since basically COVID. I just haven't been out there, sir. So now and again I do pick up the guitar and just keep the hand in, but just haven't really done anything at all. We were speaking earlier about DJs and loud music and dancing, and people making requests for music, and of course a good night means that at the end of the night there's far too many requests to manage to kind of fulfill, because people always leave the request till late, and whether it's for live performances or music to be played, or indeed in karaoke's, and I used to do so many karaoke's, and you'd have the trickle of people at the beginning, and then a flood of people in the last hour or an hour and a half hour. And of course, you could never accommodate them all. So you just had to say, "Hey, listen, you're going to have to come back next time, and put your name in quicker." So that's always a good sign for a good night, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm sure you'd be so much looking forward to the gig next weekend. Or did you say this weekend? I think it was next weekend. Anyway, it sounds like a lot of fun. And we look forward to hearing more about that. Anyway, Roy, back to you, sir. KI7PKL from GM0 UUB.
Yeah, that's this weekend, and next weekend I'm not sure what's going on, but it's a whole week away. But gonna go out and play and just have a really good time tomorrow. I had some other thought here, and now it completely escaped me. I hate that, man. Why does that happen? But I can't remember what it was. Did you ask me something, or did I just completely lose it?
Well, Roy, the chances are we both completely lost it. Hi. It's an age thing. No. We decided earlier. It's the weather. Blame it on the weather. No, I was just commenting on a good night is one when people put all the requests in towards the end, because they're all fired up. They've enjoyed themselves. They've got more requests. They want to do things. Whether it's you're playing live and people are saying play this or play that. Or if you're doing a karaoke, people say, I want to sing this, I want to sing that. And you say, hey, listen, you're too late, you're going to have to come back the next time. So there we go. Maybe it was something along those lines, I'm not too sure. And the astronomy, I was saying, no, just go to the pub. If the moon's out there, it's going to spoil it, so you might as well go to the pub. And what else did I say? Oh, I can't remember. But I've got one question for you, sir. And, I've heard you saying from time to time where we've got a gig here, we've got a gig there. So you and the band, in between your gigs, Do you have to do any kind of practice schedule? Do you get together and do practice and all the rest, and design your kind of your routine for the evening, or are you kind of so kind of kind of into it and done it for so long you just turn up on the day and just do it? I'm not too sure, but you can tell us. KI7PKL from GM0 UUB.
Oh, very cool. Now I remember what it was. Yeah, actually, the guys came over last Sunday, and yeah, we went through our whole set list, and we're this is one of those things where you don't play 4 sets, and you burn yourself out until 2 a.m. This is one of those where you get up and play 1 set, and then you go eat fair food or something. So yeah, we got our set list. Let's see, I'm singing a few songs, not a lot, but it's only 1 set. So I'm doing singing LaGrange, and I'm singing another song by ZZ Top called Blue Jean Blues. And I'm trying to think, I might be singing the third one. I forget now. But yeah, the thing you said about people showing up at the end. I used to go to a jam night, a lot of jam nights, but the first one that I was really involved with, it started at 9 and went till 1. And some of us thought, man, it'd be nice if we could move this thing up an hour. We have to go to work tomorrow and so forth. And so for a while we started the thing at 8, and nothing changed though. The place filled up at 10 o'clock no matter what, and we had to move it back to 9 because a lot of people just didn't come out until late. So if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. KI7 PKL, back to you.
KI7PKL GM0 UUB. Yeah, well, hey, listen, it's always a good sign of a good night. People have definitely enjoyed themselves. I mean, what you don't want is people saying, right, I've had enough. You can be quiet now, and they disappear off, and there we go. So good stuff. And okay, just doing the 1 set next weekend and everything else, but I'm sure it'll be a fantastic one. And you've got your 2 or 3 that you sing yourself there, and ZZ Top, goodness me, you can't go wrong with ZZ Top, that's for sure. So, goodness, I don't know if you get any videos of you and the band or anything else. I don't think I've seen anything. I don't know if you anything you can email across, but there's a wee question for you there, Roy. Do you have any videos or any music of you and the band and anything, or even just the audio? I'd love to hear it. There we go. Do you have anything you can kind of email across to Central Scotland? There's a wee question for you before you go. KI7PKL, back to you, sir.
Yeah, videos have been very hard to come by. I need a girlfriend. If you don't have a girlfriend, you don't have anybody to take the video. I need a girlfriend. They're kind of fun to have around anyway, even if you don't need them to take a video for you. Just saying. But, yeah, and just because things have gotten so ugly with regard to intellectual property, I'm kind of reticent to post videos and things like that anyway. But, yeah, one would think that there would be some recent videos, and there just aren't. There was last summer, one thing that we played at, my friend's girlfriend tried to take some videos, and she was in such a bad spot. The sun was out, and she couldn't see the screen on her phone, so the videos didn't come out very well, unfortunately. But, yeah, so I didn't get copies of those. But, yeah, that's kind of frustrating. We've been doing this for a long time, and there's darn little video of us playing, which is most unfortunate. KI7PKL, back to you.
Very good. Well, Roy, there's plenty of time yet, sir. There's plenty of time yet. You could always recruit somebody, whether it's a girlfriend or not. Recruit somebody just to be in the right place at the right time, just take the right video, and make sure that's on record. And even just if you're not sharing it kind of publicly or anything else, it's always good to have, that's for sure. So I always remember, we've got a few videos and recordings of my, of course, I lost my dad last year, but he was a great pianist, and we so much appreciated having several recordings and some videos of him playing and everything else, and it was absolutely great to have on record there. And indeed, at his funeral, we actually had a video. There was photos and everything else put up, and including a video was put up on screen at his funeral of him playing the piano at just a kind of off-the-cuff thing. He was at a party, somebody else was playing, and but he got up at half-time and they took over the show. Everybody was sitting around or standing around the piano, singing the songs he was playing and everything else. And hey, listen, all these kind of videos, it's just so kind of cherished, that's for sure. So make sure you get yourself all videoed there. And as far as a girlfriend's concerned, well, all I can say is I know there's a lot of listeners out there, and not just the checker-inners, but there's lots of listeners out there too. So any candidates whatsoever, a KI7PKL is good on QRZ. Feel free to give him a wee email and put in your bid. How about that, sir? Have I helped at all? KI7PKL from GM0 UUB.
You crack me up, my friend. And that reminds me of, was it last summer or the summer before last? I was walking home from the pub where I have gone to eat breakfast a lot. And I walked by this sandwich sign, and did it really say that? I had to take a couple of steps back. It said, girlfriends wanted. I may have talked about this on the net. I can't remember. And anyway, there were these two guys about my age, gray-haired guys, sitting in the driveway. And they were just having fun, And if I hadn't had other stuff going on and places to go and I needed to be, they actually had a third chair. I was really tempted to just sit and hang out with them. But I took a picture of the guys and the sandwich boards and everything. That just really made me laugh. So anyway, thanks for giving me a good chuckle. And girlfriends are fun, but they're expensive too. Anyway, just saying. KI7PKL, back to that.
Oh, thank you, Roy. And hey, listen, there might have been somebody out there, but your final comment about, well, they can be expensive too. Oh, dearie me. You might have put a candidate off. Hi. Anyway, Roy, it's always a pleasure. It's always great to talk to you, sir. And thanks for being there. Thanks for doing the Alaska Morning Net and loads of other nets I know you do as well. And but it's always a pleasure to have you on board here, that's for sure. So you have a wonderful weekend. Have a great gig and everything else. And you can tell us all about it next week, hopefully. So all the best to you, Rockin' Roy, and just keep on rocking, Roy. And we'll say 73 to KI7PKL. And with that, we're going down to a brand new check-in all the way from California. That is Mike. I believe it's Kilo Foxtrot 6, Zulu Oscar Lima, KF6, ZOL from GM0 UUB. My name is Graham, Net Control. Mike, welcome to the net, sir, and the microphone, it's all yours. Please, go ahead. The hazard of running a Raichu net, although I did get into a bit of a habit of, if it was a brand new check-in, I'd give them a wee shout first and say, are you able to hang around until we come round to you, or do you want to go first? And I've kind of neglected that duty today, so apologies. But let me just give one shout once again, KF6ZOL. Mike, are you still there, sir? And if so, please, go ahead, sir. Welcome. Okay, nothing heard. Well, we'll just put Mike down as an in and out, and apologies, Mike, if you're listening, just can't get to your microphone. Yeah, I need to try and remember if it's a brand new check-in, remind them it's a bit of a rag tunette, and it can take a little bit of a time to get round to them. So anyway, okay, folks, well, we are at the bottom of the list. So once again, this is GM0 UUB, Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland. This is the International Radio Network, KB1 Multi-mode net, and we're looking for some more check-ins. You know what to do. It's your call sign, it's slowly, it's phonetically, and it's twice. Please call now. Okay, nothing heard. Well, we have been here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. We normally go on for about 3 hours, but that's no problem at all. And I think somebody mentioned people maybe preparing for the field day tomorrow. I think it's a big thing, and across the pond especially that is. It's the IRRL field, National Field Day is happening. So anybody that's taking part in that, all the best. Have a wonderful, wonderful field day, and hopefully the conditions will be help the whole process go awfully well. But anyway, before let me just go and give another shout before we go for a final round of check-ins. We'll just give a wee shout out to see if there's anyone else out there. This is GM0UUB. Graham here, your net control, looking for check-ins. Please, it's your call sign, slowly, phonetically, and twice. Please call now.
B6CKK.
The KK station, thank you for checking in, sir, but I didn't quite get the call sign. If you can give it to me maybe twice and phonetically, that would be absolutely wonderful. And do remember, when you key up, it just takes a wee while for the system to all connect. So just press the PTT, give it a wee pause, and yeah, your call sign twice in phonetics, that would be great. So the KK station, please go ahead again.
It's Golf 6 Charlie Kilo Kilo. Golf 6 Charlie Kilo Kilo. Name is Rob. Normally in Rochester in Kent, but just currently sat in a car park in Toronto Airport waiting for my wife. Over.
Very good, Rob. That was much better. Thank you, sir. Golf 6 Charlie Kilo Kilo. Well, Rob, it's great to meet you, sir. I don't think you've been a checker-inner before, so always great to see new people check into the net, that's for sure. And just waiting on your wife coming back. I don't know where she's been. Has she been away on holiday, away on a hen's do, or away on work, or anything else? But we're very nosy here, so we do need to have the details. Hi. Anyway, Rob, great to have you there, sir. And thank you so much for being there. So let me throw it back to you and hear more about what happens in Rob's life. G6 Charlie Kilo Kilo from GM0 UUB. My name is Graham, Golf Romeo Alpha Hotel Alpha Mike, and like I say, it's the International Radio Network's KB1 Multi-mode net. We're here every single Friday there, Rob. So thanks for being part of the net today. Back to you, Rob. Please go ahead.
Okay there, Graham. Golf 6 Charlie Kilo Kilo. Technically stroke VA3, but as I'm using Echolink, I don't think I need to do that today. No, so I run GB3IK in Rochester. I'm connected to on Echolink at the moment, and IK is going into HubNet on All-Star. I literally landed about an hour ago. We got all our bags bar one, and then the conveyor belt broke, so I've just been and got the hire car. I'm just sat in a hire car, and my wife's just waiting for the last bag, but they can't get the conveyor belt working, which is why she's waiting there. Because the car's in my name, I had to come and get the car, so I left her on bag collecting duty. Retired last year, and we now kind of live between the UK and Canada. We've got a house out here, or a cottage out here that we bought about 12 years ago, which is about an hour and a half drive from where we are at the moment. So there you go. That's my entire life in a nutshell. Back to you, Graham. Golf 6 Charlie Kilo Kilo.
Okay, Rob. Sorry, I didn't quite pick that up at the beginning. So you were actually at Toronto Airport, right? Okay, waiting for your wife. She's you're in the car warming it up while she's picking up all the bags. So okay, there. I think you've got things right there. Well done, sir. Good stuff. But anyway, Rob, no, it's great to hear from you, sir. And hey, that sounds absolutely wonderful. And recently retired. I recently retired, a little bit less recent than you. I was 2 years ago. Well, 2.5 years ago. I retired, and well, we don't have. We used to have a second home up in Dunkeld in central Scotland, but we don't have that anymore. But we do have a wee touring caravan. So between sitting at home and going out in our touring caravan, especially over the summer, that's us. But we don't go as far as Toronto and Canada and all the rest. But sounds absolutely amazing, and no, it sounds great, and I'm sure you'll enjoy your time in Canada much more now you have retired, I'm sure. G7 CKK from GM0 UUB. Back to you, Rob.
G6 CKK. I think it's GM7 UUB, I think possibly. But we won't stand on ceremony. Yeah, no, we've been coming to Canada for about 20 years. So 2001 was the first time we come here. And then, I think it was about 12 years ago, we bought literally by a side of a lake, just I can't really explain it. It's made out of macaroni and sparkles. It's not, it wasn't as like a super duper house. It was just a shack, literally made out of packing crates and railway sleepers. It was about 50 odd years old. So yeah, so that's what we do. So as I say, I just thought I'd give a quick shout into Echolink, more just out of curiosity, to see if this would work. I'm in a hire car, and I'm actually talking on the hands-free of the hire car. So this is what a Ford Escape or Ford Edge hands-free sounds like there. Anyway, I'll pass it back to you, and I'll go back listening because I'm hoping my wife will turn up in a minute, and then when she does, I will have to go QRT only because I need to get into IKEA, buy a desk, and I've got about an hour and a half, and it's a 40-minute journey, so I'm going to need to concentrate on that. And at the moment, looking across the car park, it's absolutely torrential rain. Golf 6 Charlie, Kilo Kilo.
Oh well, Rob, sorry to hear about the rain. But anyway, you're sounding great in your Bluetooth connection through Echolink there, and that's something I sometimes use in the car as well, and through the Bluetooth connection. And I always get good reports, and well, I can see why. You're sounding great, you really are. So thanks so much for being there. And yeah, well, it sounds like you've got. I just did a quick look in your QRZ.com page there, sir, hoping to see some pictures of your place out there in Canada. So I always encourage people keep your QRZ page up to date and throw some pictures on there as well, especially if you're in some wonderful and lovely locations. Share with us, why not? So maybe you'll be able to do that sometime, Rob, on your QRZ page. You could update it with some pictures out there in Canada. Just a wee suggestion, sir. But Rob, thank you so much. And like I say, we are here every single Friday, and we have been since January 2020. So please feel free to come back again and say hi. We normally start UK time about 9 p.m. and go on for 2 or 3 hours. Normally 3. Today I don't think we're going to make 3, maybe 2.5, but that's fine. So Rob, thank you. Do you have anything else for us, sir, just before your wife comes back, or maybe she already has? G6 CKK, just one more time, back to you, sir, from GM0. The call sign here is 0. It's Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland. Back to you, Rob.
GM0 UUB, Golf 6 Charlie, Kilo Kilo. Have I got anything else for you? Actually, well, I was in Glasgow last week, so and I'm driving up to Penn. I think the week I get back from here, I'm out here for a month, and I think I'm just driving up to driving up to Pennon to go and collect my wife's mum. I think that's the plan for that one. Yeah, I might put some pictures on QRZ. In all honesty, I've been licensed now for 40-something years, and I think it's 45 years I've been licensed now, and I only set up QRZ, I think, properly about a month ago, not even that, probably 2 weeks ago, and it was only just to put some information on about the repeater, because I had to do myself first before I could add GB3 IK. Yeah, and okay, I'm being there all the time. Yeah, I'm because of the time difference, we're 5 hours ahead, so at the moment it's 6:25 in the evening here. So you might well find me popping up on the net in the evening. I've got an all-star node at the cottage, so I was playing around with that last time I was here, which is about 6 weeks ago, and then that's kind of got me into all-star, and then I've added all-star to the repeater, and I must admit it's a nice group of people here. So back to you, Graham, and I will catch you. Well, hopefully I'll be listening, but as I say, when my wife comes out, we do have to somewhat concentrate, because I think IKEA is going to be closed before we get there. G6CKK, off and clear.
Well, once again, Rob, thank you so much for taking the time to stop by today. Really do appreciate that. And yeah, well, I'm an all-star just now, and it's a great place. It's my preferred place to go for VoIP communication, but they also got various digital hotspots and things here too. But for the all-star connections, if you can just bear in mind, International Radio Network, our website is IRN.radio. So for International Radio Network, just go to all the W's.IRN.radio, IRN.radio, and you can check out the connections there, and you can also join us, become a member. You don't have to be a member to check in, that's for sure. But yeah, it'd be great to have you on board. So yeah, if you've got the time, sir, and if you remember, IRN.radio and our All-Star and other connections are all can be viewed there. So good stuff. So Rob, we'll say 73 just now. Thank you so much for being there, and sounds like an amazing journey. You're doing an awful lot of travelling, and heading back to the UK, picking up your wife's mum, and everything else. And goodness me. Anyway, we'd love to keep in touch, sir. So yeah, it's great to meet you, but we'd love to hear more from you again soon. So take care, sir. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well out there in Toronto, and do enjoy, and keep in touch if you possibly can. We'll say 73 to G6CKK. And with that, let's go and see if there's anyone else out there that wants to check in to the International Radio Network's KB1 Multi-mode net. It is, of course, GM0UUB. Is Graham here, your net control, and please, when checking in, it's your call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice. Please, call now.
This is KJ5GVK, Kilo Victor 5 Golf. I got that all messed up. Newham here, KJ5GVK.
VK3HJQ, VK3HJQ, push bike mobile. In and out. Hope you can hear me, Graham, through the new case that holds the phone. Now I can't turn the transmitter off. Great. Far out. Take it out of the... So much for this fantastic plastic thing that's supposed to work through the plastic case, Graham. Now I've got to get my gloves off. Put the phone in. Sorry about this week, VK3HJQ.
Oh, well, first of all, can I just say VK3HJQ, push bike mobile, in and out. That was absolutely fantastic, John, and we could hear your pain. We could feel it, and yeah, it's meant to work through this plastic cover, and you could not disconnect. No problem at all there, John. Thank you so much. You stay safe out there in your journeys and all the rest. So anyway, we do have a brand new check-in from Dallas, Texas. I believe it's Dustin. And I think he said he's quite a new ham. So let's go and see. He's out there in Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Kilo, KJ5, GVK. Is to Dustin. Welcome, sir. My name is Graham, Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo, your net control. And welcome to the net, sir. And the microphone, it's all yours.
I appreciate that. Yeah, actually, this is my first contact. So I just scrolled through Echolink. I've got a little handy talkie and don't have any repeaters out near me. And I was like, I just pulled up the house and gonna see if I could get out. Appreciate the comeback there. KJ5 GVQ.
Very good, sir. No problem at all. Well, welcome to the amateur radio community, and I'm so glad you've made the connection today. And maybe I've messed up your call there, so I thought you were Dustin, but maybe you're not. I think you said KJ5GVQ there, so I've got a K at the end. So let's just make sure we've got your call sign correct, sir. So come back with your call sign. I'll make sure it's on the log proper. And we definitely have your proper name and details in there, sir. So with the KJ5 station. Oh, goodness me, we're getting all confused. Please, sir, can you come back once again with your call sign phonetically, and twice we'll get you all properly on the log.
Yeah, this is KJ5 GVQ Kilo Juliet 5 Golf Victor Quebec, calling out of Oklahoma. Name's Richard.
Yes, sir, I can confirm your name is indeed Richard, all the way from Oklahoma there. And yeah, we had Dustin there, but that was a different call sign altogether. So, so we've now got you proper, sir. Kilo Juliet 5 Golf Victor Quebec. Good to see you there, Richard. And well, a brand new yeah. So you're just taking a newly licensed and everything else. Well, Richard, welcome to the hobby. And it's great to have you on board. And thanks for checking in today. This is a net that we do every single Friday. So thanks for connecting. Not too sure. We've got a couple of various Echolink connections coming into the net, so not too sure which one you're using just now, but you're sounding great. It's nice, loud audio, nice and clear, no problem at all. So Richard, welcome to the hobby, and let me throw it back to you, sir. KJ5 GVQ from GM0 UUB is Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, I'm having I'm gonna have to learn picking up on these call signs. I had GM0, but that's all I could make out there. Over.
No problem, Richard. You know, as time goes on, you'll pick things up. The call signs will come a bit easier. But anyway, the call sign here is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo, UUB, GM0 UUB. The name's Graham, and I'm located in a wee town called Alloa, Alpha Lima Lima Oscar Alpha, in Central Scotland. And like I say, Richard, we've been doing this net every Friday since January 2020. And so it's always great to see new check-ins, of which, of course, you are. And it would be great to see you back again. And we like to have a little bit of a family here. We talk about our critters, our pets, and the animals within the neighbourhood, etc., etc. But yeah, just a general catch-up, a general rag chew, and yeah, just make sure everybody's doing okay. So anyway, thanks for taking the time to stop by today, Richard, and I'll throw it back to you, KJ5 GVQ from GM0 UUB.
Copy that. Yeah, I got you wrote down. It's amazing. I'm glad. I started to get back in the 90s. I had a friend of mine that did it, and then I just went astray and moved up here and got to thinking about it, and glad that I did. Can't wait to make some new contacts. And I was wondering about the name there with 11 cats. Um, we got several cats there in the house. We got a few. I'd like to say just pulled up to the house, looking at the goats in the yard and the little donkey, and I got some youngins over there that's waving at me, wanting me to get on in. So I'm gonna turn it back to you. I appreciate it, and I will try to catch y'all another time. KJ5 GVQ is cleared.
Well, thank you so much, Richard. And well, I'm so glad you're getting back and a bit more active again, because it's great to hear from you, sir. It really is. And we'd love to hear more about your goats and donkey and everything else in the yard there. It sounds absolutely amazing. So, okay, Richard, but we'll let you go clear just now. You're sounding great, and please take note of how you're connecting. And we are here every single Friday from 2000 UTC. That's 2000 UTC. What's that? 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And we normally go on for 2 or 3 hours. So please feel free to check in again as often as you possibly can. We'd love to get to know you and all your critters, sir. So take care, and thanks for being there. So we'll say 73 to our new friend Richard out there in Oklahoma, KJ5 GVQ. And with that, we are at the bottom of the list, unless, of course, John out there wrestling with a new cover on his device wants to make any more comment. Let's go and find out. But hopefully we don't knock him off his bike. Victor Kilo 3, Hotel Juliet, Quebec, Bicycle Mobile. John, do you have any additional comments? We've already got you on the list as an in and out, but just in case, sir, if you've anything else, please feel free to share. From GM0 UUB, over to you.
G'day, Graham. BK3HJQ. Yeah, I'm just wrestling with this. I've got this new case that mounts on the bike. You can store your keys and your wallet and stuff in it. But for some reason, some of the screen, it works when you tap it and some doesn't. Oh, talking about tapping, I was using the phone in my hand the other day, and I dropped it out of my hand and ran over it with the back wheel. It's got about 8 cracks in the screen now, but still works, so I'm going to have to get a new phone as well. Righto, thanks. It's 0 degrees C, absolutely freezing out here, and fog. I can't see 20 feet in front of me. Let's see if I can turn this transmitter off this time. VK3HJQ, Pushbike Mobile. Hope you're hearing me okay through the case. Yep, just as I thought, Graham. Can't turn it off. Far out. This cheap stuff from China to undo the case again. Well, this is a bit of a failure. Take it out of the case again. Righto. 7-3.
Yeah. Oh, John, hey, I'm laughing because I can hear what's going on there. And no, we heard everything from you, sir. No problem at all. But we could hear the case obviously rubbing up against the device there, against the phone. So we could hear that quite prominently. But your voice was still loud and strong. No problem at all. Obviously, the case noise got a lot louder as you were trying to get it out and disconnect. So anyway, it worked, sir. To a fashion. Let's say it worked to a fashion. And 0 degrees centigrade out there, and the push bike mobiling. John, all I would say is just watch there's no kind of ice patches or anything else there. Stay safe when you're cycling, sir, and watch out for that. But all the best, John. Thank you so much for taking time to be here on your Saturday morning, and we do appreciate that. So you stay safe, stay well, have a great weekend. And yes, stay safe on the bike there, sir. We'll say 73 to VK3HJQ. And once again, folks, that does bring us down to the bottom of the list. This is GM0UUB giving another call to see if there's anyone else out there wanting to check in. This is, of course, the International Radio Network's KB1 Multi-mode net. Please give me your call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice. Please call now.
Mike 0, X-ray Lima Zulu. Mike 0, X-ray Lima Zulu.
Very good. Net Control recognises Mike 0 X-Ray Lima Zulu, another brand new check-in, which brings it up to 5 or 6 for today. So, yeah, it's been kind of short lists of check-ins, but we're up to, 26, and about 5 or, well, I think about 5 new check-ins. So it's been a kind of funny net, but it's been kind of strolling along. And now we find ourselves talking to our new friend, Simon. And a brand new chicken, M0XLZ. Simon, welcome, sir. And a big happy Friday to you. And how are you from GM0UUB? My name is Graham, and Alloa, Central Scotland. Simon, the microphone, sir. It's all yours. Happy Friday.
Yeah, GM0UUB from M0XLZ. Yeah, good evening, Graham. And yes, you got the name right. The name is Simon this end. QTH is Chester Lee Street in the county of Durham. And it's been a lovely Friday. Unfortunately, I'm still working, but so I've been at work today. But it was a training day at work, so we were being trained on medical emergencies and CPR. So all good on that front. And thank you for taking the call, because I'm just testing out a new installation of WPSD hotspot software, and wasn't sure whether it was working or not, but you've confirmed it is, so hopefully the audio is okay and everything's working well. Back to you from M0XLZ.
Well, nothing heard there, so we'll just carry on. Hey, Simon, you just happened to be here at the wrong time, sir. I've been reminded this particular joke I've done for years and years and years, and that's it. If anybody asks me for a report, can you hear me? I'll just say, just for a laugh, I'll kind of say, well, nothing heard, and we'll just move on. Oh, I'll take a pause to cough. Hang on, take a pip. Okay, GM0UUB Net Control continuing. Simon, I hate to have to cough when the mic's open, so there we go. Anyway, Simon, no, it's a bad habit of mine. I've tried to get out of it, but if anybody's wanted to have a wee check and can you hear me and everything else, my stock answer is nothing heard, we'll move on. So anyway, I'm trying to kick the habit. But no, Simon, you're sounding great. You really are sounding great through your hotspot there. So you're not using Pi-Star, you're using that other one, which I've forgotten what it is, but you can remind us. No, you're sounding great there, Simon, and thanks so much. And what route on your hotspot are you using to connect to the net today, sir? Where are you connecting? But good to see you there, Simon. M0XLZ from GM0UUB. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, GM0UUB from M0XLZ. Yeah, thanks for that, Graham. No worries on the joke there. That's not a problem at all. Yeah, I can see how that would work. But thanks for explaining it as well, because I was wondering it there if it was actually working. But the lights on the thing are doing what they should be doing, so it looks right. So we'll see how it runs. But yeah, just using a Pi 02W as the hotspot with just an MMDVM hat on top. Connecting through, I think it is the Extended Freedom Network, but it was just working out the talk group translations that you have to do and reprogramming the DMR handset and reworking the code plug, as it were, just to make sure that it works with WPSD, which is quite a nice little dashboard actually. So I've got it sat in front of me on the laptop, just making sure everything's working well. So yeah, that's the route in, and hopefully that's still going good for you. So hopefully that explains how I'm getting to you. GM0UUB from M0XLZ.
Very good, Simon. Yeah, well, you're sounding great. You really are. And, of course, the Extended Freedom Network, the International Radio Network, we're partners with Extended Freedom, and we're connected 24/7. So good stuff. And, no, you're sounding great. So no problem at all. Your setup's working and serving you well there. So no problem whatsoever. So, well, anyway, Simon, good to have you on board. And like I say, I've been doing this net since January 2020, and it's basically just a rag chew net. We just kind of blether for 2 or 3 hours every Friday evening, and the only kind of thing that we quite often go back to is we do discuss our critters. So, some people talk about their donkeys and their antelopes and their all kind of various kind of critters. We've got worms in the net, everything else, but even a cat or a dog or a goldfish. So I don't know. Does Simon have any critters in Simon's household? Let's go and find out. M0XLZ. If you don't mind, sir, can I throw it back to you one more time?
GM0UUB from M0XLZ. Yeah, no problem at all, Graham. As for critters this side, no, none at all. Used to have some tropical fish, but unfortunately, they're long since gone. And no, I would love to have a cat, and I think the X-Whale would like a dog. But we're both out at work all day, so it would be a little bit unfair, I think, to have a dog in the house on its own during the day. So not at the minute, Graham. Maybe something in the future when we're both retired and we've got a bit more time, and we can spend the time with the dog there or whatever. But it's no, zero critters, Graham, I'm afraid to say. So sorry, I can't enlighten you on that one. Back to you from M0XLZ.
Very good, Simon, and well, thank you for sharing, and thanks for taking the sensible approach. If you're taking on critters, you've got to have the time to look after them. So, it doesn't always it's not always the right time to have a critter. So waiting for retirement. So I wonder how far off are you from retirement? Because it's very difficult to tell anybody's age over the air. And I think you said you're still at work there, sir. So I'm hoping I'm not keeping you away from kind of anything too urgent. I think you said you were doing some training on medical emergencies and responding to it and all the rest of the days. So there we go. But if you do care to share, sir, are you still at work? And what is the work? And how close are you to retirement? So I'm sure you didn't think you'd be asked these things this time of night on a Friday. But only if you care to share, sir. I'll throw it back to you. Back to you, Simon. M0XLZ from GM0UUB. Very nosy.
GM0UUB from M0XLZ. Right, how far off retirement am I? Not as close as I'd like to be. Let's put it that way, Greg. I think I've still got another 15 plus years to run, maybe. Who knows? You never know what's around the corner, and you never know which course life will take you, or whether you can get out of the rat race early, as they say. Am I still at work? No. I'm actually at home, so there's nothing there. But the training was done earlier on this morning, and it was very good and very helpful. It's part of our mandatory training that we need to do once a year, and dare I say it, yeah, go on, why not? It's a fun Friday. Let's have a bit of fun. My line of work, I must have been bad in a past life, Graham, but I'm a dentist. So there you go. GM0UUB from M0XLZ.
Well, definitely nothing heard, so we'll just move on. Hi. Okay, Simon. Oh, goodness me. Hey, listen, you'll be well sought after by many, but not by me, that's for sure. Thankfully, I've not got the need, but that's one of the things. I've got very few phobias in life, but I had, and I'm sure you've heard this story by many people. I'm what age am I? I'm 58. Is that right? Yeah, 58. And am I? Yes, I am. I just had to do some sums in my head there, Simon. And when I was a child, I was basically, I think, the dentist we had back up in Inverness, and out there in a place called Hilton in Inverness. And the dentist, I'm sure, was doubling up for the butcher next door. And I had a couple of very, very bad experiences going to the dentist as a young chap in short trousers. And yeah, I just can't get them out of my head. You know, it entailed an awful lot of pain and blood, I have to say. And so I'm not a regular goer to the dentist. I'm a frantic teeth brusher in order to keep myself as well as I possibly can be. So I try and avoid the dentist as much as possible. Don't take it personal, sir. It was through past experiences. But I'm sure that's a story you have heard many's a time. M0XLZ from GM0UUB. I've got a phobia of you, sir. No, sorry, of dentists. No, yeah. Oh, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, worries GM0UUB from M0XLZ. Well, Graham, we do try and make it as easy as we can these days. And, you know, just try. Well, it's difficult once it sets in, and it's difficult to get over, but hopefully you'll find someone that can get you over that threshold and get you more confident, etc. with it all. And yes, I could say the old joke, if I had £1 for every time I've heard that story, I'd be retired by now. But there you go. Yeah, we do our best, and we try our best, and try and make it as easy and as chilled as possible. You know, so not to get people scared and frightened and stuff. But it's not the easiest job in the world. But you know, when you get someone like yourself, and you get them more comfortable and more confident, and you know, coming to the dentist regularly and looking after things and stuff, you know, that for me is one of the best parts of the job, when you've got someone around from a position of being absolutely terrified of coming to then they're really confident about coming and not worried at all. That's a great win for me. You know, that's how I like to see it anyway. So anyhow, back to you, Graham, on this fun Friday. Sorry I've brought out your phobia there. GM0UUB from M0XLZ.
Well, thank you so much, Simon. No, thank you for checking in. I really do appreciate that. Sorry, I'm trying not to cough when the microphone's open. Hay fever, sir. Hay fever. Nothing to do with dentistry. Simon, thank you. And actually, your words are very, very welcome. And, you know, it actually has helped a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. It's just one of those things. And like I said, I'm sure, well, as you said, you've heard that story many a time. So, anyway, there we go. Anyway, Simon, thank you. I could say more, but let's leave it for next time. Simon, we are here, as I said, every single Friday, so please come back and talk some more. And we'd love to hear a little bit more about what happens in Simon's life, that's for sure. So thanks for taking the time to be here today, Simon, and you take care. Keep up the good work. Thanks for all you do. And even though I've got a phobia of dentistry, it's a very, very important thing, and there's not enough access to dentistry. There's queues of people waiting for this, waiting for that. You guys are amazing, so keep up the good work, and as well as that, look forward to retirement. Hi. Good stuff. Simon, it's been a pleasure, sir. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well, and we'll say 73 in the meantime to M0XLZ. And with that, we're back at the bottom of the list, folks, and goodness me, all of a sudden we are here for nearly 3 hours, so I think it's kind of getting close to a final round of check-ins. Let me just take a wee pause. Okay, this is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland. Your dentistry phobic net control operator for the International Radio Network KB1 Multi-mode net. And we're going for a final round of check-ins, folks. This is a final round of check-ins. We've been here for nearly 3 hours. So it's a final round of check-ins. You know what to do if you want to check in. Please give me your call sign, slowly, phonetically, and of course twice. Please call now. Final round. Call now.
Yankee 4, November Bravo, KY4NB, Scott and Robbie Ray in Memphis, Tennessee. Hi, Graham and all.
Very good. Net Control recognises our good friends Scott and Robbie Ray out there. KY4NB, you're on the list. I'll just give another quick shout. This is the final round of check-ins. Is there anybody else want to be on the final round? There'll be no further calls accepted after this. Hi. So final round of check-ins. We've got Scott and Robbie Ray there. Anyone else want to be on this final round? Please give me your call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice. Please call now. Okay, nothing further heard. So, Scott, it looks like you're definitely the tail gunner for today's net. And Scott, thank you so much. I'm glad you made it in, sir. We're just about to close down there. And we've had, well, I was going to say a slow net, but we've had the normal number of check-ins. It's just been kind of smaller lists that we've had, so no problem at all. So anyway, Scott, welcome, sir. Happy Friday, and what's happening out there in the land of Elvis, barbecues, and whatever else out there in Memphis, Tennessee? KY4NB from GM0 UUB. Scott, my friend, the mic is yours.
0 UUB, MM7HQS, KY4NB here with Robbie Ray from Land of Elvis and Barbecues, where it's hot, Graham. The clouds are in the sky, so that helps some, but it's around 98 degrees in the car when I was driving. Well, I mean, in the temperature, it said outside the car. But anyway, that's hot. What does it matter, a few degrees? I told Robbie Ray we need to move to Scotland, you know, where it's cooler and everything, and but anyway, had to go get my new glasses from Costco, and got 2 pairs this time and a pair of sunglasses, so I got a backup pair there, Graham, with the new prescription, and yep, got all my teeth in my head for the most part there, and we're blessed to have decent enough dental care here, but we can tie a string onto a doorknob if anybody needs dental care and just yank it out like they did to us when we were kids. Hi. But, yeah, we're just watching the birds and bees here, Graham, and I'll take a pip and come back and let Robbie Ray talk, though. But Costco's too big. There's too much stuff there, and then when you get home with it, you can't, there's nowhere to put it because it comes in too many big packages, so I don't know. But it was like a kid in a candy store looking there, Graham, for sure. I'm going to take a pip and come back with Robbie Ray. Okay, 4NB returning with Robbie Ray.
Hey, Graham and Helen. Hope y'all are having a good weekend. And, yeah, it's hot over here. It's going to be even hotter this weekend, so I'm prepared to crank that air conditioning down even more if we have to. So we're thankful for that. But hope you're doing good. Just thanks for letting me say hello. Back to Scott.
Back over to you, Graham and Queen Ellen, and we do hope the Queen's doing well. Say hi to us say hi to her for us there, Graham. I got tongue-tied. And, yeah, we're so late into the net, nobody's listening now. Hi. KY4NB, back over to you.
KY4NB from GM0 UUB, Net Control. Well, Scott and Robbie Ray, we love you guys to bits, and thanks so much for taking the time to stop by. And no, I think there's probably still plenty of people listening, and indeed I do see Robert, Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee, our friend Robert out there in Australia. He's saying good morning on the AIM window on NetLogger. So Robert, if you're listening, can you just stick up a wee message on the AIM window there that you want to check in? We'll get you on the log, sir. So if Robert's listening, VK2 Delta Yankee, just say yes, I'll check in, or yes, or whatever, and we'll get you on the list, and you'll be the tail gunner. Hi. Anyway, Scott, Robbie Ray, thanks guys for being there, and goodness me, you've got some heat over there. And, you know, we've got some nice days, and some nice days to come. But when we talk about nice, we're talking, you know, about high teens or low 20s in degrees centigrade. Nothing like what you guys are experiencing there. And oh, Robert, I see you. Yes, so Robert's going to be the tail gunner today. So anyway, good to hear from you, Scott, Robbie Ray, and glasses. Goodness me, you know, Scott, I've not been back to the optician for so many years, and I don't think my prescription has changed at all, because everything's pretty sharp. I've got these varifocal glasses that I use, and when I look at the computer and the dashboard and the car, everything's nice, and when I look long distance, it's all good. But I just haven't had a check-up for a long time. I probably should. And as far as the teeth check-up's concerned, that's been decades. But there we go. And the doorknob thing, is that really a thing? Did we really do that? I never experienced doing the kind of string and the doorknob and everything else, pulling the teeth out as a child. But I've heard the stories. But was it a real thing? Did you ever do that, Scott? I'm not too sure. But with that, let me throw it back to you and find out any doorknob stories whatsoever, and keep them clean. KY4NB from GM0 UUB.
Right.
KY4NB returning, and Robbie Ray. Well, we had somebody maybe wanting to check in there too, Graham. Maybe they'll come back in a little bit when you can call for check-ins. But the string and the doorknob, maybe that's a story now that we're talking here that nobody ever experienced, but everybody heard about, and it was supposed to have happened. So I have no idea. I don't remember it personally now that you mentioned it.
It probably did happen. It probably happened. I mean, I'm sure. I think we tried it as a kid one time, just for the fun of it. But I'm sure they did try it.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyway, I wouldn't recommend that there, Graham. And good to hear everybody. I was looking forward to getting that red lantern sent in the mail, but it looks like Robert or someone else is going to take that away from me there, Graham. Hi. So field day coming up tomorrow for us over here, hottest day of the year, so I don't know, I might be in the yard with that and the radio. Back over to you, Graham, and say hi again to Queen Helen for us. We love y'all, and take care. KY4NB and Robbie Ray, back to net.
Thank you, guys, and we love you all as well. So, thank you. And Robbie Ray just thinks she remembers doing the kind of a string and the doorknob thing just for fun. Really? I don't know if that's fun or not, but goodness me, good luck with that. Anyone who wants to try it. And, I've done a few kind of crazy things just for fun. But that's not one. I've never tried that. But no, it's a story we've all heard. When people, the teeth and all the rest, and a bit of string, and they pull the tooth out, somebody opens the door or closes the door, and off it goes. But I have never experienced it. None of my family members have. Nobody I've ever spoken to has told me about it. So I don't know if there is anyone that's actually done that for real. Do come back to us and let us know. That would be fantastic. And my email's good in QRZ. Hi, good stuff. Anyway, guys, you have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and keep yourselves cool out there in the heat and all the rest. And turn that air con down if you have to, and everything else. But Robbie Ray, Scott, thank you so much. It's always great to hear from you. And kind of missed you today, so I'm glad you managed to check in. As I am also glad that Robert's checked in. He checked in the AIM window on the NetLogger there. So Victor Kilo 2 Delta, we'll say 73. And thanks again to KY4NB, Scott and Robbie Ray. Great weekend, guys. And we'll say hello to Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee. That's our friend Robert out there in Kellyville Ridge in Australia. Robert, welcome once again, sir. Great to hear you, and the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
Yes, good morning, Graham and Helen. This is Robert, Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee, indeed in Kellyville Ridge in the city of Blacktown, in northwestern Sydney, where it is a cool 11 degrees Celsius. We got down the other night to almost zero. I think my backyard thermometer read 0.5 Celsius. So that is extremely cold for June. We usually get maybe 1 or 2 days where it touches freezing in the near the end of July, early August, but that's about it. So to get it this early is a little bit a little bit unnerving. But hopefully, at least the sun is about to make its trip back down here again. So at least that's good. The days are no longer getting shorter. 9 hours and 53 minutes yesterday. Anyway, other than that, I think I reported back on the bridge climb and stuff like that I did for my birthday. I think I've been here for that. So I'm not sure exactly what else is new here. I went back to Vivid, the light show here in Sydney, and watched the drone show. They had a maybe 10, 15-minute drone show where the drones go up and make little things in the sky, and it's kind of fun. And you hear the little whiz of the propellers on the drones as they, you know they're making something, and then they flash the lights on, and you see this object, and it moves in 3 dimensions. It's kind of cool. So I do like drone shows. And also they had an exhibit in a tunnel, an old unused railway tunnel. We've got lots of those here in Sydney, and they had lights flashing and music playing, and really a good, well done light exhibit. Sort of celebration of the shortest day of the year, I guess, is how they're working towards it. But anyway, it is what it is. Not a whole lot else to report here. We're moving into winter and all the winter festivals here. They do have winter festivals, skating rinks, ice skating rinks, all sorts of things like that. In some places, even bring in artificial snow for a celebration. So it never gets cold enough in any of the cities here to actually get snow in the cities. Snow is only up in the mountains. Anyway, other than that, VK2DY, back to next.
VK2DY from GM0UUB. Well, Robert, thank you so much. And, I do recall, I think we had a conversation about that light show. It must have been last year, celebrating the shortest day of the year for you across there in Australia. Of course, we just are celebrating the longest, or celebrating, I don't know, is it a celebration that from now on the days are going to get shorter once again? I'm not too sure, but anyway, whatever you want to call it. But it's amazing being able to be here on the radio, and people from all different places and different parts of the world experiencing all different things, heat waves and floods and everything else. And you're down there and experiencing your kind of colder temperatures. And goodness me, we had one of your neighbours, not a close neighbour, a kind of distant neighbour, but VK3SJQ. John checked in from Victoria there, and he's out bicycle mobiling as we speak, and he was talking about freezing as in 0 degrees centigrade temperatures there, so goodness me. But anyway, Robert, I think we did speak about the light show before. I think I did manage last year to look it up online and see some amazing things happening. And and the drone, the light, I don't know, how do they coordinate it? I'm not too sure. But obviously each individual drone must be on some kind of a different, obviously different frequency or whatever, and they've been controlled, and it's amazing. I've only seen it on the television. I've never seen it live, and you're reporting there. You can actually hear the rotors happening and everything else, and that must be quite amazing too. But it's quite a thing. It's quite a thing. These kind of drone light shows, absolutely amazing. How do they manage to do it? And I presume it's kind of all kind of radio controlled. How do they manage to do it without any kind of interference and drones falling here and there and all the rest? I'm not too sure. But hey, it's a wonderful thing. But like I say, I've only seen it on the telly, and you've seen it live there, and heard the the noise that goes with it. So I'm kind of jealous over here. But anyway, you are the tail gunner there, Robert, and thanks so much for checking in. I'll throw it back to you one more time. And VK2 Delta Yankee, this is GM0 UUB. Thanks, Robert, and thanks for sharing. And I'm going to look up that light show once again. Back to you.
Well, thank you, Graham. Helen, yes, very good. The light show is called Vivid, VIVID. That's just what they call it. So anyway, thank you again. I won't keep the net any longer because I know it must be past midnight there. Oh, we should be able to get a look at the end of Doctor Who. I'll have to see if that's online. Anyway, thank you again, and 73, VK2DY.
Well, thank you again, my friend Robert. It's always great to hear from you, sir. And no, that's the net. I'm going to call it a net and call it closed and shut it down. We've been here for over 3 hours, so we did have last calls there, and you managed to sneak in right at the end using the AIM window. That's no problem at all, Robert. It's always good to have you there, sir. So thank you, and wish you well. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well. And thanks for sharing once again. We'll say 73 to VK2 Delta Yankee. And with that, folks, we are not just at the bottom of the list, but we're at the end of the net. And I want to say thank you once again to all the stations that did check in today. We had not far off third. I think we had 28. And thank you, everybody that checked in today. It was, once again, an absolute pleasure and a privilege to speak to you all. It really was. And please check out our websites for more information. That is, of course, allthews.irn.radio, and our partners at Extended Freedom, and that's at allthews.extendedfreedom.network, and our Facebook pages for more information, news, and updates. I want to say thanks once again to all the people that checked, connected up their various networks and their repeaters, nodes, gateways, and everything else to make this net happen, and for all of us to be able to communicate once again with each other. I really do appreciate that very, very much. Thank you, everybody. Let me just take a wee pip. Okay, GM0 UUB net control continuing, and I just took a wee pip to have a wee cough actually. Just want to say thanks again, everybody. Those that are participating on the ARRL field day this weekend, have a wonderful time. I hope conditions suit you and give you some fun along the way. And what else? Don't think there's anything else really to report. So just to wish you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well, and in the meantime, have a great weekend, and toodle pip and tatty bye, and this is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. It's Graham here in Alba, Central Scotland, returning all these various connections back to normal amateur radio use. Take care, have a wonderful weekend, and 73 everyone.